Welcome to the Perth Footy League's A-grade match of the day.
Today we are broadcasting from Millington Reserve as Scarborough take on Curtin University, Wasley.
We thank our Perth Football League major sponsor, Carlton United Breweries, and of course our broadcast sponsors, Dartfish, Filming Footy and Sports Interactive. Now, please welcome your commentary team, Cam Robbins and Ward Harris.
Welcome to the round 17 clash between Scarborough versus Curtin Uni Wasley at the Mill, the home of these mighty Scarborough Footy Club. My name's Cam Robbins, joined the commentary by Wardy Harris. How are you, Ward?
I'm awesome, mate. Great to have you back, though.
Oh, Ick. Did all right,
last week.
Did last week, mate. And a really good little recruit here on their left, Marky Winnett. How are you, Mark?
Very well, Cam. Thanks for having me today. It's great to be here.
Once again, the credentials of this bloke to my left: former league player for East Mantle, footy man for East Mantle, talent for East Perth, and footy man for East Perth. Also a junior coach and a superstar, so he's going to make us look pretty ordinary throughout the afternoon.
That's a big intro, mate. It's going to be it's a tough going from here, but I'm really looking forward to today's game and having a look at the ladder leaders. It's pretty exciting.
Goals there, Mark, but unfortunately Scarborough can't make the final, so there'll be a little few sides above them. Yeah. A bit of a sigh of relief.
Oh, look, absolutely right. They look, when they snuck into the finals last year, they obviously did a fair bit of damage and end up winning the flags. So they're always a danger if they end up getting into the finals. So those teams will definitely be happy to give them a miss this year.
Absolutely. I know the games around the ground too, guys. Kingsley versus North Fremantle, and this game, North Beach versus University, guys. That's probably the game of the round. Sitting 1 and 2, 1 and 3. Sorry, that'll be a ripping game.
Absolutely.
Collegiate versus Wembley. Unfortunately, both those sides will be relegated to B grade next week, and Fremantle CBC versus TAs too, Ward. So that's a fairly interesting game.
Yeah, really interesting game there. 5th and 6th there. So look, if TAs can get over the top of CBC, they're probably the only team that can drop out of the 5 now. I would have thought Kingsway's percentage is really good. So look, they're pretty safe, making the finals now. But yeah, all on the line today for TAs.
Absolutely. Only one more round next week, Mark, and then we're into the final. So the year's gone so quick.
Yeah, it has, and it's the time for every side to be up and about. So, Curtin Wesley want to have a really strong performance today, and but expect Scarborough to be really competitive at home. Over the journey, I think they've always proved very hard to beat here. So, could be a chink in their armour, but I'm sure the Curtin Wesley boys will be looking to really tune up today for what's ahead in the next month.
But they have got a few players out Scarborough, but on paper, you look at some of the guys playing in the side Curtin Uni Wesley there, Ward. A couple of AFL players in Burek, Delilio, Mitchy Carter. They've got some very talented players on paper.
Yeah, look, and the thing is they still perform at this level as well. We see Shawnee Buick still running up and down the wings, getting a lot of the ball and he uses it so well. Mitchy Carter through the middle and off half back as well. Look, a guy like Corey Diolio, really smart around the goals but can go through the middle as well. So excellent talent, and look, a couple of good key position players as well. James Corner, the leading goal kicker this year,
big
44
buckets.
Goals so far, big buckets. So look, super side for Wasley Curtin.
Absolutely. And also thank all the sponsors for Scarborough, the Sandbar, the Scarborough Footy Club, been sponsored for number. They've got a quiz night every Tuesday night down at the Sandbar. Great prizes, cheap food, pizzas. Although we're sponsored by Carlton Dry, they do supply Coopers. So, sorry, Carlton Dry, they do supply Coopers. There's free entry every Tuesday night. Get yourself down to the Sandbar. Other sponsors, CNW Electrical and Perth Scarborough. It's got the Perth Scarborough scoreboard, the CNN Electrical goal of the day, and the Sandbar play of the day. So it's going to be a bit of a mouthful throughout the afternoon, Mark, but we'll give it a crack.
Absolutely. Hopefully we've got a few of those goal of the days to call today.
Yes, absolutely. And also the play of the day, they get the Dartfish beanie and also the pair of thongs. So it's going to be the best player that day. So we're going to handball that responsibility to Mr.
That
Winnett.
Sounds fair to me, mate.
So Mark,
absolutely.
Right into it, mate. You're going to pick the best player on the ground today.
No worries at all. Looking forward to it.
So tips there, Ward. Firstly, to my right, who are you going to go for?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game of footy. As Winnie mentioned, Scarborough always play pretty well at home. And I think we saw him play Kingsway early in the year and probably got a sneaky win there with homegrown advantage. Look, Wasley Curtin, though, probably just too strong on paper, and I'm picking him probably by about 4 goals.
And here's Scarborough coming on the ground. Yeah, probably I'd like to Scarborough because I've got a little my nephew number 5, Riverson Robbins, plays for them, but got to take the bias out of it. I think probably Curtin Uni Wesley names in the play. They're probably a very strong side, but home grain advantage, but unfortunately I think still got to go to Curtin Uni Wesley. Winos?
Yeah, look, I'd back that up. I think if they're they're serious about contending this year, they should take care of today, and they probably look to be a 4 or 5 goal better side. But I expect to see a really strong effort from Scarborough, and there's enough senior players in that mix to really be competitive today.
It's pretty interesting. Have a chat to a few of the lads before Scarborough, and young Reece Guelphy, number 18, brother of Matt, plays for Essendon. They've had so many injuries out at Scarborough. He's going to actually do a bit of the ruck work. So he's just on 6 foot, and he's going to do the ruck work. So pretty hard task for poor old Reece. But you never know. You just got to give a contest, bring the ball to the ground and have a crack.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot over the years with those shorter type of players really going in and almost, playing as that genuine extra midfielder as well. So if they're able to do that, and look, that's where it's going to be won today, is really around the contest. If they can do that and at least half it, they're going to put themselves in the game.
Absolutely. So just about ready for the guys getting into the position. Scarborough in the green jumpers and Curtin Uni Wesley are in the yellow jumpers. We don't know which end they're kicking at the moment, but one thing about this ground, they have got a very good update scoreboard, and they've got the time clock counting down, so we won't rely on Brian Haley to give us an overview with the time each quarter. So well done to the City of Stirling. Good facilities here.
Yeah, very good, and look really handy for us as well. They've got both their major sponsors up there as well, so I don't think we'll be forgetting today, Cam.
Absolutely not. Pretty interesting a few weeks ago, didn't we? The game we saw when they had the Colts guys doing a bit of the scoreboard, and they had a few frothies throughout the afternoon when they're getting their scores all
over age, of course, mate. Yeah,
absolutely. Adding up those multiples of 6 becomes a bit harder as the day goes longer, no doubt. The Colts boys are in charge of the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking at the warm-ups there for Curtin Uni Wesley. Like I said, they've got some famous players playing for their side. Delilio looking down the list. Mitch Carter, number 8. Sean Buick, number 6, former player for the Brisbane Lions in West Perth and South. They've got talent all over the ground, haven't they, Curtin Uni Wesley? But the game's played, half the game's above your head.
Yeah. Are you jumping, Winnie?
Sorry, they have, mate. And they've got some really big key forwards I'm looking to see today. A big Brent Latch, in the middle, I suppose, and key forward. He's a big presence on the ground. And then you've got the likes of Corner, who's a leading goal kicker, and Zach McCarry, who's obviously proved pretty dangerous. So if they get enough supply, they'll certainly kick a score today.
Interesting how Vallelonga goes too, Ward. Like a big game play, won the medal last year, Winnows in the grand final, and also got best player in the state game versus the countryside. So he's a big game performer, and I think he might have another crack. He's only 21 years of age. He's got a lot of pace, and keep your eye on him. He's number 4 for Scarborough, and obviously my nephew. Keep an eye on him, number 5, Rivo Robertson. Good bit of pace, bit of run and carry, but beautiful conditions here, aren't they?
Mate, I'm confused when you look up and you actually see a blue sky at the moment, so absolutely sensational. It won't be as cold today, mate, which I'm rapt about, but just perfect conditions for footy. Even the ground's held up, look pretty well considering the rain that we've had over the last month and a half or so. So, look, I think we're set up for a belter again today.
Yeah, massive ground too. And if you want to work hard today, those wingers and half forwards and midfielders, if you want to work hard and have a really strong work ethic, you're going to get rewarded, I think, on an oval like this. And that's where I suppose players like Buick will come to the fore with their work rate in terms of being able to cover the ground and get opportunities for their side. So it's a massive oval. Whoever wants to work hardest is going to reap the rewards.
So I remember playing juniors out. I used to play for Wembley Downs, used to play Scarborough and Carrinup. That used to be the home ground, and we used to hate coming out here because our ground was so much smaller. You go to Millington, the nickname the Mill.
Yeah.
You know you've played a game of footy here, mate. The wings, and you can't hide anywhere.
Mate, especially with your little legs as well, mate.
Jesus, very, very hard. But also got some good players, Scarborough too. Harrison Court too. Ward, he's had a good, consistent year, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, he'll be good. That'll be an interesting matchup to see who he ends up playing against. As you mentioned with Reece Guelphy, potentially playing in the ruck today, they're definitely undersized. Does he end up with a McCarry, Corner, Sam East, the young fella there? Look, who does he end up on with, or does he, possibly go to a Diolio kind of type? So that'll be an interesting matchup, but he's really important out of the back line there. Look, they do have some good players though. Scotty Worthington, heap of experience there. A couple of really good goal sneaks in Mitch McPhee, Braden Antonio as well. So
and Sam Davis too. Obviously his brother Matt plays for you. That's interesting. Got 2 brothers playing for different sides.
It is. He actually kicked 6 last week as well. So
did he?
Yeah, he's on form as well. So look, we'll see how he goes there. And I'm actually looking forward to potentially a match-up with Vallelonga and Buick. That could be pretty good on a wing. So good contest coming up.
And Benny Randall too. He runs the sandbar, and then he's got to play as well. So pretty hard kick for young Ben, son of Neil.
Absolutely, and what a good player he was at waffle level for Subiaco for many years, and no doubt at Scarborough since then, but pretty miserly defender, and they earn every kick on Ben Randall, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's a pretty hard nut as the players come to the bench here for Scarborough. We have number 19, Daniel Parry, a couple other players coming on the bench there, so interesting to see how they go. See where sides are lining up here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who starts in the ruck for Scarborough today, I think. It looks like Sam East might be going in there to start for Wesley Curtin.
Yeah, so ready about for the bounce down here. Thanks for your company. Winnows, Mark Winnett, Cam Robbins and Ward Harris doing the calling for you this afternoon from the home of the mighty Scarborough Footy Club, The Mill. Thanks for your company tuning live there, streaming live on tune in to our call. Send us some comments. Gives an overview how we're going. Even if we're going bad, you've got to let us know what's going on. And Harley producing and Jack doing the filming. Thanks very much once again. We're about to start the contest here. Looks like Reece Guilford's going to go in the ruck. Very undersized against the big fella from Curtin Uni Wesley. So we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, Sam East is all of 6'6" as well, I would have thought. So, yeah, it's going to be a big test for the young fella.
So we're just about ready to start the game. Players in their positions. I think you'll find maybe that Scarborough kicking to the left of the screen, I think. And the umpire's going to throw the ball up. Ready, here we are in the middle of the ground here at the Mill. Ball's about to be thrown up. It's East versus Guilford. East wins that one easy, brings the contest. Curtin Uni have the numbers. Oh, well done by Guilford. Follows his ball that fell along the through. Traffic was sensational. Had the handball out, but he got tackled. Went back in the contest again. Well done by East. He throws on his right beat. Goes to the half-forward flank. Oh, just about taking a good mark was a Curtin player there in Sardalik, but he dropped it. So coming this side here is Scarborough. Well, the umpires let that play go on. Good effort. The handball was okay. That was by Childs. Childs went back in the contest. Good pressure by Scarborough. Ball's going nowhere. The umpire says, give the ball to me. And good effort so far. Young Guilford out rucked, so he's going to go back now. And the ruckman's going to come out of the contest here now for Scarborough. So a bit of a switcheroo there is East versus Sam Davies. He's pushed East out. They're going to be worried about his size, Ward. You're dead right. He's a pretty tall fella, is East.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and he look just as Mark said a bit earlier off our broadcast, very talented young player.
So Scarborough get the ball out there through Riddell on the right, but he's turned the ball straight back over, and Jake Morgan takes the ball on the half-back flank for Curtin Uni Wesley. Lowers his eyes. That's a shocking kick. Turns the ball straight back over, and Sam Davis takes it easy, uncontested mark. He brings the ball in the corridor. It's a risky kick. Topped off there by East. In the contest was very good. Roving the ball extremely was Antonio on the right. Kicked the ball high. Might bring rain. No, it doesn't. Buick wasn't a mark, but the umpire had the whistle in his mouth early, Winnows.
He sure did. He went a little bit early there, but really good start to this contest. It's very hot early out there today.
Absolutely good effort by Scarborough. Second effort was okay. Brings the ball in the corridor. It's a risky handball. Scarborough over the ball was good. Tackle's okay. It's held to him. Not going in with it anywhere. Well, the umpire says, yes, it is. And finally gets the whistle to his mouth. He's about 50 metres out from the Curtin Uni Wesley goals. Early stage of the quarter, he's 0 score. Good pressure so far, Ward.
Yeah, look, both teams are going pretty hard at the contest so far. Umpires letting it play, which is good, but both teams will want to start hitting some targets as well.
Handball at the back then by Taylor from Curtin Uni Wesley. Once again, a risky kick across the goal. Tried to find Gillum. He's got pressure from behind, but flicks a handball out. Through traffic was very good by Sam Dennis. Opens the corridor up, goes straight down the middle of the ground. The centre half forward position. Ball the back. So, it's a mark. Great mark taken over the top there by James. The bucket's corner. Good, strongly contested mark there, Winnows.
Yeah, it sure was. And look, when you got the leading goal kicker down there, why not kick it long and straight to him and get it in quick, one-on-one? And, geez, he's a big boy. He looks a big presence out there, boys.
Yeah, he's going to be difficult to match up down there, down size. So here he is, James Bucket's corner, about 35 metres out. Bit of an angle, bit of a breeze here at the Mill. Deliberate shot of goals, leans back, but straight as over the goal umpire says. That's the first goal there to Curtin Uni Wesley. Only taken a couple of minutes, but you have a strong marking key forward there, Ward. Makes it very difficult to combat down back.
Yeah, look, and as we mentioned earlier in the day, just around the height possibly with the Scarborough team in the back line. I think Scott Tyers might have him at the moment. So, look, not sure about that matchup. It's going to be a big test, but yeah, great start by the Wesley Curtin boys and big buckets, James corner.
He took a very good mark. Also, they laid out too. Doing well as Harrison Court.
Oh,
he's
really?
a late out. So,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
just heard that behind us. So, yeah, he's a big loss for Court because he was a key matchup down back. So, big loss for Scarborough, and first goal on the board to Curtin Uni Wasley. So 21 minutes to go in this first quarter, the 1 straight 6. And Scarborough yet to bother the scoreboard. Guelphy doing the ruck work. Geez, he's undersized, but at least he has a contest, brings the ball to the ground. Well done by Riddell on the right. President during the evening and plays footy during the day. So a pretty tough gig for the President. Over the fall again. Riddell was good with the handballs. Hand the ball to centre half forward. Ball comes to the ground. Curtin Uni through numbers, flick the handball out, but forms the hand of Davies. He's trying to get the ball out, tried to struck the player off, handball over the top ball. Morgan was good. He's set upon by a very hard tackling player in Sam East, who started the game extremely well. And in the forward 50, first time we've attacked this game so far, winners for Scarborough.
Yeah, it is, and they've got the ball forward there. And be interesting to see if they can manufacture a score out of this play.
So handball over the top there was by Rhett Mason. Scarborough have it. Oh, good pressure then by the Scarborough player there, and Sheehan brought the ball to the ground. So at least they're putting pressure on the ball carrier, Scarborough.
Yeah, look, I've liked it so far. Interesting one for me at the moment is Vallelonga. He seems to be starting to play as a half forward and going into the contest a bit later, but it's a good move by Scarborough, I think, to try and get him around the ball a bit more.
And good full pressure there by Scotty Worthington. Just keeps that ball into the forward 50 of the Scarborough area. So about 25 metres out. Can they manufacture goal here? Davies uses his body extremely well, put the handball out. Once in Curtin Uni have numbers down the back, flicks in the handball then by Taylor. Taylor over the right, and good kick and finds Buick. He's going to cause havoc over that far wing. Buick goes over the top. And good passage of play here from Sam Sadalik on the right. Chips the ball up to Curtin Uni. Wesley tried to find the play there in Cam Taylor. He was good below his knees. Taylor, good handball. Good chain of handball and contest by Curtin Uni on the far outside area. Reach Guelphy making some ground, and it minor score.
Geez, bit of a... look, it was a really good build-up by the Wesley Curtin team there, but they should have done a lot more with that. They had a 2-on-2, but two good key forwards to kick to, and just completely mucked that one up. But a bit of a let-off for the Scarborough boys there.
So Luke Spencer's going to bring the ball in for Scarborough. Decides to lower his eyes, go over the front. Says it's a risky kick. Numbers over the contest of Curtin Uni. Wesley, and umpire says give the ball to me. So kick and a half out from the attacking area of Curtin Uni. With 90 minutes to go in this first quarter. They're 1-1. Scarborough yet to score. That's a Perth Scarborough scoreboard. So boundary umpire's going to throw the ball in. It's Carter versus Antonio. Geez, you want to ruck too much for West Perth. Antonio in the
I
ruck.
wouldn't have thought so, mate, no.
Well done by Guelph, who gets a ball on it. Oh, Adam Vallelonga's got hit in the shins. That's going to hurt that one, and he could be a key player they've got there. No malice intent, I don't think. But he's been kicked lower in the shins, as Antonio, by Sean Buick, so he checks up on him. And he looks a bit of trouble as Vallelonga.
Yeah, it looks around an ankle or something like that, doesn't it, possibly?
Certainly does. So key play there. Scarborough do not want to go down so far of the game. So going in the contest is the Scarborough down back. There is Clay Murray on the right. Good sprawl over the top then by Sam Dennis. He brings the ball to Delilio. Delilio on the right to a one-on-one. And Scarborough players try to ship it out there. And it's going to be an easy kick to Curtin Uni Wesley. And that play once again, James Corner, go for goal number 2 already.
Geez, and the player that he was on as well looks like he's ended up with some kind of injury. He's given away a free kick trying to hold on to him, possibly a blood rule as well. So, look, I'm not sure how you end up with a blood rule and give away a free kick, but look, big buckets will come in and look to kick his second goal. He's
got a bit of claret coming out there, mate. This is the Scarborough defender.
Just seeing the Scarborough side struggle to bring the ball out of their back half at the moment, and the lack of that big ruckman today is going to be quite telling. In that if they're going to kick the ball long, they're going to lack a presence to kick it to. So they might have to just figure out another way to get the ball out of their back half, because at the moment it hasn't gone too far every time they've tried.
Absolutely not. So here's Corn. He's only 20 metres out, directly in front. This should be an absolute gimme for Corner. Big buckets. Deliberate shot at goal. I'll tell you what, he's missed it. Pumper Person's ties up. The commentator's curse there, Mark. He's kicked it behind. Even you could have kicked that, mate, I would have thought.
Absolutely. And, well, you would have penciled him in for that one, but I'm sure he'll make amends the way this game started.
Yeah, absolutely. So Scarborough bring the ball out through spinner Masto on the right. Handball's okay, had to go way back. With Scarborough. Davis was clever, kept his feet, tried to find Antonio. Antonio bring the ball to the ground, kept his feet. Well done, Antonio. Second and third effort was fantastic. Curtin Uni trying to run through. Worthington wraps up in the good tackle. should be holding the ball. Good tackle by the veteran for Subiaco. He wasn't going nowhere there, Ward.
No, really good presence there by Scotty Worthington, showing his experience.
Umpire throws the ball up. Ball comes to ground. Well done by Davies. He's done okay in the ruck so far. Very undersized, but pushed the ball forward. Just about taking defence's mark was Curtin Taylor. He's met upon about 3 or 4 players. One of those is the number 7. It's not Harrison Court's number. It's another player then, Darazio. And he's brought the ball to the ground. So good pressure early stages for Scarborough. A trial at the moment 1-3-0 and 16 minutes to go in the first quarter. Umpire throws the ball out, won by Davies, brings the ball to the ground. Numbers on the contest. Just pretty scrappy in there, pretty hard to get a kick. Umpire says let the play go on, so it comes out finally to Brad West going on the left, but he's turned the ball straight back over. And I tell you what, he's getting a lot of ball so far is Buick. Probably possessing 5 or 6.
Yeah, he sure is, and they're setting up really well behind the ball, Curtin Wesley. Scarborough seem to have numbers up around the contest at the moment, but Wesley have at least 2 players back in their back half, and they're just defending everything that's coming their way at the present time.
So Rhett Mason pushed that ball through for Curtin Uni Wesley. Far wing was okay. The pressure was good. Good effort then by Scarborough. Just forced a boundary line throw in. And Zach McCurry throws the ball to the boundary umpire there. So we've gone 15 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's 1-3-9 and Scarborough yet to score. That's on the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. So the boundary umpire is going to throw the ball in. It's going to be Davies versus East. Give that one to East again. He's running amok at the moment. Kicking for the Curtin Wesley player was Cam Taylor. He's kicked that one, had a bounce on the full, and just about hit that poor lady, taking a little dog for a walk in the head.
So it's the old saying, you've got to keep your eye on the ball, and she almost wore one then, unfortunately.
It certainly did. And Ben Randall takes a defensive mark, the veteran, the publican, the all-round good bloke is Benny Randall. He decides to play on risky kick across the goals. Teaser might be out of bounds. The full just kept in play, and Scotty Tyers takes a good defensive mark.
Jeez, he showed some experience there, didn't he, Benny Randall?
Jeez, the heart was in his proverbial then. There's Tyers, tucked away in the back pocket. Kicks the ball down the line, trying to find Guelph. He's outnumbered, but brings the ball to the ground. Or ducking over the head was very courageous effort by Thomas Irwin. The umpire says, give the ball to me. Good courage by Irwin. And Valalonga's given away a silly free kick there to Gillum. He decides to play him by handball to Corey DeLilio on the right. Kicks the ball to a hot spot. Good ball, good in the contest by Davies. Courage was good. Well, lucky didn't get tripped then with the Curtin Uni play there in Wheeler. Play's allowed to go on. There's Buckets. That's a throw, surely. So is that. The umpire's letting the play go on. Handball was okay. Kick around the corner by Casey York, and good defensive mark taken by Reece Guelphy. Brother of Matt, who plays for Essendon. Birthday tomorrow, and he plays his game. Handball over the top there was good. Found Westcombe. Westcombe decides to play on. Kick more than hope, but Mitch McPhee's out there, but it's far too far on that side of the mill. And umpire says, throw the ball, mate. But good pressure so far by Scarborough, Ward.
Yeah, look, it has been. Wesley Curtin throwing everything at him. 7 inside 50 so far for the Wesley Curtin team. Scarborough just the one. Look, the one thing I've noticed, though, is they're just bombing, unfortunately, out of the back line, as Winnie mentioned a bit earlier, and not able to hit any targets. So that's going to be an issue for him, is really trying to link up well, just to try and get this ball going forward for him.
Absolutely. The kick off the ground by Riverson Robbins was effective. Brings the ball in the contest. Surely it's holding the ball, and the umpire's seen that as well. Good pressure by Scarborough on that far wing. Just persistence, decided to play on. Good left foot done then by Antonio. Brought the ball to the half-forward flank. So good transition to play there from Scarborough. They're still keeping themselves into the contest. It's gone 12 minutes ago in this first quarter. It's 1-3-9. Curtin Uni Wesley and Scarborough yet to score. That's on the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. As you can see, Mark's a long way over that far side, mate, isn't it? It
sure is, and they're unfortunately seem to be getting stuck over there at the moment a little bit when the Scarborough side are going into attack, so it is a long way away from where we are.
Absolutely, hitting the ball hard. There was the Uni defender, Curtin Uni defender, was good. Okay, under pressure was DeLilly, I think, down the back. There goes to Guelphy. Guelphy kicked the ball on the right. Good kick into on the boundary line was okay. Pressure was good. Well done by Scarborough. The pressure on the defensive player was okay. Through traffic was good. Well done by the Curtin Uni, and he's just thrown the ball on more than hope. There's Robbins is out, number 3 on 1. Brings the ball to the contest, and the boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. It's a bit of a win there for Scarborough. Was out, number 3 on 1. It was Robbins versus about 3 of the Curtin Uni players there. And the boundary umpire is going to throw the ball in. So the boundary umpire throws the ball in. He's Davies doing the ruck work. Good tackle under the contest. Was okay. Curtin Uni, a chain of handballs is good. The boundary umpire threw it in. Umpire says, give the ball to me. And Daniel Parry throws the Curtin Uni Wesley player over the boundary line. Winnows thought there was a World Championship wrestling there.
Yeah, he got a little bit excited. Almost gave away a free kick. Probably lucky that he didn't on that occasion.
Absolutely. So boundary umpire throws the ball in. Davies doing the ruck work, brings the ball to the ground. Scarborough have the numbers here. Curtin Uni trying to... Antonio, he started the game lively. Good, clever kick. Gains a few meterage. Over the ground there was Wheeler for Curtin Uni Wesley. He's got one high. The umpire says, give the ball to me. It's high. Decides to play him by a chain of handballs to DeLilio. He's had a lot of the ball early. The Sacramento player kicks the ball to a one-on-one. There's Buckets, keeps his feet with his opposition teammate, and Ties didn't. So there's Buckets. He's kicked that from outside there, and it's not going anywhere. Out of bounds on the field. Bit optimistic there.
Oh, when you've kicked 45 for the season, mate, I think you are quite happy
to have a crack.
Yeah, exactly, have a bit of a go. But look, just notice how quickly Wesley Curtin are able to move the ball straight through the middle of the ground there and give themselves every opportunity to score. Where Scarborough really having to push a lot just to try and get any opportunities.
So just coming down now the last 10 minutes of this first quarter, it's 1-3-9 at Curtin Uni Wesley, and Scarborough yet to score. They chisel the ball out there and find me Tommy Willett, the former player from Claremont. He punches the ball forward, trying to find Guelphy. Good effort by Guelphy. Brings the ball to the contest. And that's all you need from an undersized ruckman. Put your body in the line and bring the ball to the ground. And exactly what he did, Ward.
Yeah, absolutely right. He's putting in a really good contest so far today. But, yeah, tough battle for him.
Absolutely. So Sam Davis is now going to do the ruck work versus Sam East. Well done. Good effort. Handball through traffic was okay. Back to Guelphy. Let's reach Guelphy on the right. Standing over, taking a good courageous mark is the Curtin Uni defender there in Mitchie Carter, the former South Fremantle player. Decides to switch and switch very well. Can go up the corridor again and finds Chris Leonard. Leonard decides to play on. He can go down the far side and spots up a teammate there in Sam Sadalik. So Sadalik decides to play on. Kick into a one-on-one. DeLeo, this might go straight through for a goal. He's kicked that one from outside 50. Sam Sadalik, a fantastic goal, and that is their second for Curtin Uni Wesley. And the Perth scoreboard, Scarborough, they lead 2-3, and Scarborough yet to score there, Ward.
Yeah, look, really good transition of play there. They were able to win that ball in the middle, switch it across to the far side, and look, booming kick from outside 50 there. Look, I didn't see it going through as well as it did, but look, must be a bit of breeze there going winning.
Breeze. Mark's favouring that side on the left.
Yeah, it looks to be the case. I think it's a bit stronger than what we think because Scarborough really struggled to get any penetration with the ball forward, and as I said, Curtin Wesley seem to have set up really well behind the ball, which would probably indicate that they are kicking with the breeze, and then they're slingshotting from that position, and they look really dangerous when they get the ball.
So pretty well, it's only 8 minutes to go, so hold them to 2 goals in the first quarter. So they're kicking the ball forward again. Curtin Uni, ball over the back was very effective then by Luke Spencer. Try to find Valalonga. He's pushed off the ball. Handball was fantastic. Saw the hurl here out there by Rhett Mason. He's bringing the ball in the contest. Over the ball was Winnett. Good effort by Winnett. Handball is okay. Draw Ben Randall. Randall over the top. Good effort by Scarborough trying to punch the ball out of the backline area. And Randall once again puts the ball on his boot. Tackle was fantastic then by Morgan. Brilliant tackle by the little fella. And the second effort by Morgan. Well done, Brodie Morgan. And the old veteran down back in the half there. Benny Randall there, Ward. Very good under pressure.
No, very, very good. He is showing his experience, isn't he? But look, that work rate is what's going to get Scarborough back into this game.
So it's Curtin Uni trying to push the ball forward. Good tackle. I think that player over there was Winnett again. And Guelphy, good sport. Put his bodies on the line. Every contest does. Surely he's got that Scarborough player high. And good effort by them and courageous effort by Reece Guelphy. Started the game extremely well. The undersized ruckman come centre half back. He just laughed and I said, where are you playing before the game? He says, Cam, I'm playing in the ruck. I said, geez, it's about the same size as me. Good effort by Curtin Uni Wesley.
I take it you never played in the ruck then, Cam?
Not with his 2-inch vertical leap, I reckon.
Good strong mark, wasn't it? For the player kicked the last goal, and Sadalik. That was a very strongly contested mark. And the way he kicked that last goal, Ward, this should be distance, not a problem.
Yeah, you'd have to back him back him in from here. But look, once again, just the ball use from Wesley Curtin as that ball was coming in. Smart lead by that player. And look, took really a strong mark out in front.
So here's Sam Sadler, kicked a very good goal a couple of minutes ago. He's about 40 metres out. Bit of an angle here. Take a good kick from there, but kick one from well outside the 50 earlier on in this quarter. So Sadler, deliberate shot at goals. Starting approach at goals. Leans back on it. And is a minor point. You can tell the look on his face, he didn't like it. So minor score only on the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. 2 goals, 4-16 of Curtin Uni Wesley, and Scarborough yet to score. Good strong mark taken by Scotty Worthington. He brings the ball in the corridor. It's a risky kick, comes off Antonio. Good chip over the top was okay. Davies takes a good mark. Centre half back position. He decides to play and loads his eyes. It's a good kick. Good passage of play here by Scarborough. In possession of the ball, they can switch if they like. Willett's all by himself, but he goes the other way. Kicking the ball over there with Mitchy McPhee. He decides to play on to Valalonga. Valalonga in the middle of the corridor. Oh, good defensive mark by Curtin Uni Wesley and Mitchy Carter. Experience there. Then Mark just knew where to go to get the mark, defensive mark.
Yeah, that's the last couple of times Carter's been able to chop off the forward attack of Scarborough. Really strong behind the ball and reading the play really well.
And win it from Scarborough. Pushes the ball to the centre half forward. How's the bounce going to go? It's going to go okay. Oh, good talker then by Morgan. Dropped that Curtin Uni Wesley play right on his backside. Good effort by him. Buckets was good below his knee. Handball is okay at the top there to Jake Pacelli. Pacelli on the right. The run and carry by Curtin Uni Wesley is very, very impressive on the far side. And good spoil done by the player there, and Luke Spencer. Brings the ball to the ground. There's Randall again over the foot. He didn't have it, surely. Umpire said yes, he did, so it's play on. They just pushed the ball forward to Curtin Uni Wesley, but with 4:43 to go and a fairly strong breeze to keep them to 2 goals, 4 marks, so a fairly good effort.
Yeah, it is, and they'll be really hopeful to try and get one before quarter time, but if they can keep the Curtin Wesley side to 2 goals for the quarter with what looks to be a pretty strong breeze, I think gives Scarborough a really good opportunity in the second quarter.
Absolutely. The bounce umpire throws the ball in. McCarry doing the ruck work for Curtin Uni Wesley. Good kick there into space. To a one-on-one, has the ball bounce, stays up okay. There's Buckets. He's trying to keep the ball in front of him. The pressure was good by the Scarborough defender. And the umpire says, give the ball to me, throw it in. Scotty Tyres right on his hammer. And you've got Buckets running for goals there, Ward. You want something to go your way, and certainly did then.
Yeah, he did well. Look, Tyres used his body really well. Buckets is a big, big boy, so look, well done to the young guy there.
So bounce umpire's thrown the ball in. It's only 20 metres out for the Curtin Uni Wesley goal. Push the player, Zach McCartney pulls it out of the ruck work and kicks a minor point only. So wasting opportunities here are Curtin Uni Wesley on the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. They're 2 goals, 5, that's 17. And Scarborough yet to trouble the scoreboard with 3:36 to go in the first. All the players pushed upward, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely right.
Interesting to see how Scarborough try and get it out here. So the last couple of times they've really struggled to get it out, so it'll be interesting to see how they get the ball out.
So looking at the option here, it's pretty stagnant at the moment. Some umpires decide to play on, so he kicks down the line. Trying to find Worthington a one-on-one. He brings the ball to the ground. Worthington, handball's okay. Kicks on the left. Punch the ball forward. Handball's okay. Curtin Uni bringing the ball to the ground. Scarborough, good effort. Over the top there, found Westcombe. Westcombe under pressure by the play there in Gillam for Curtin Uni Wesley. And umpire says, give the ball to me. A lot of throw-ins so far this quarter. Right in front of that great little grandstand they got Curtin Uni Wesley for the coaching staff. It's
the mobile
fairly impressive
coaching.
Coaching.
It's pretty good.
Setup. It's pretty good, isn't it? So going here's Davies, brings the ball to ground. Oh, Valalonga, there's the pace, takes one bounce on. Beautiful kick to space. Valalonga, how good was that? Found Worthington. He stood under the contest and the tackle. Gets the handball out the top there, finding Mitch McPhee. McPhee in the right, good use, good effort, good play Scarborough. Set up there by the pace of Valalonga. So Brad King has this mark. So probably 45 metres out, fairly difficult angle. There's that pace of the Valalonga then, Mark. Being a recruiter, mate, got that pace. It's a good thing to have.
It absolutely is, and on a ground like this, it's really handy, and he just looks to break the game when he gets the ball. He's very clean and quick, and obviously very smart, so you can see how he's had the honours he's had in recent times.
So Brad King from outside 50, pretty difficult kick. Spoil over the way from the Curtin Uni, Wesley Payne, Carden Taylor. And I think it's a boundary line throw-in. So Scarborough yet to score with just 1:48 to go in this first quarter, but Curtin Uni Wes have only kicked 2. They're 2-5-17. That's from the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. Pound umpire throws the ball in. Once again, good effort then by the ruckman there in East. Brings the ball in the contest. Oh, that's a kick. More than luck with anything. It comes out through Buick. Don't know where to go. Got nowhere to kick to here, Curtin Uni Wes. They draw the play over the top. Delilio with a bit of pace. He does an inside banana. There's nothing to kick to. Ball stands up here. Could be a fickle bounce, but well done then by Murray. Over the top to Guelphy. Handball's okay to Vallelonga. Vallelonga met by play. Had nowhere to go to. It's a smart play. He just dropped the ball at the bottom of his feet.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to quite hold on to it, but it was interesting to see just how well Scarborough moved the way across the ground there. Curtin were, right out, but yeah, well done to the Scarborough team, just transitioning across really, really well.
So counting down to the last minute of the game. It's 2-5. Curtin Uni Wesley. Scarborough yet to score. Well done on the ground again. Kicked the ball out was okay. Was Sheen on the left. This guy just dies for everything. Young Morgan, Brodie Morgan. That's a good. Too skillful, but he just puts himself in the contest the whole time. Surely Vallelonga didn't have it. The umpire saw that as well. So Vallis can have the kick. Decides to play umpire chain of handball there to Brad Westcombe. Westcombe on the left. There's no one to kick to by Westcombe. He got dumped off the ground. Lucky didn't give away a free kick. Oh, good tackle from behind by Scotty Worthington. How good was that? Defensive pressure by him was sensational. So Worthington, the big left footer, lowers his eyes, kick to space, trying to find McPhee, and McPhee marks. Fantastic run down, carry and tackle then by Worthington there, Mark.
Yeah, it really was. That's what you need from your senior players this sort of time of the game. It's a really strong effort by Scott.
And then big kick down McPhee. But once again, they have the numbers of the ball on the board. That's Chris Leonard by Curtin Uni. Wesley tried to find his teammate there in Wheeler. That's Kylie Wheeler. And that will be it. Siren's about to go here, and it sees Curtin Uni Wesley are 2-5. Scarborough are yet to score. Goal scorers for Curtin Uni Wesley. Big Buckets corners kick 1 and Sadalik has kicked 1 from outside 50. But overall, to reduce them to 2-5 in the first quarter against the Breeze, I think they'd be pretty happy with that result there, Ward.
Yeah, look, I agree as well, mate. Look, it's Wesley Curtin have played it really well so far. Missed some opportunities, obviously, with the 5 behinds there, but look, 12 inside 50s probably weren't able to make as much use of it as they could have. But look, well done to Scarborough there. But I think they'd be okay with that start so far.
Yeah, 7. So if it's 5 goals tall, 5 goals 2, Mark, would be a different ball game, wouldn't it? But 2-5.
Oh, absolutely. Scarborough well and truly in the game, and it'll be interesting to see what Wade Toomey does here now. With the wind behind them, how they set up this second quarter, because obviously Scarborough do need a good quarter this quarter to get back in the game and make sure that they make the most of the wind out there. So they defended really hard, and you couldn't fault their endeavour, the Scarborough side, and their work around the contest was very strong. They just struggled to find an avenue forward and move the ball, I think, with any efficiency during that quarter. But at the same time, they defended quite well.
Absolutely. So it's quarter time here at the Mill Seas at Curtin Uni Wesley. 2-5. That's 17. Scarborough yet to score. That's the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. We're going to take a short break and come back for the start of the second quarter. Welcome back to the Mill, home of the mighty Scarborough Footy Club, who trail at the moment. Quarter time here. Curtin and Wasley are 2 goals, 5. Scarborough are yet to score. But overall, as we said, during that first quarter, both Mark and Ward actually reduced Curtin Uni Wesley to only 2 goals, kicking into a bit of a breeze. Scarborough were pretty happy too.
Yeah, look, I think they would. They probably didn't get the ball on their own terms as much as they would have liked. There was a lot of, kick and hope kind of stuff, and really just trying to, get the ball up the ground. There was a couple of passages of play where they were able to move the ball pretty well, but it was through, their experienced guys. It was Worthington hitting up Antonio to McPhee, and when they were able to do that, they actually looked pretty dangerous. Fell longer a couple of times when he was able to weave through. Looked like they, they might have their opportunities there, but they need to do a lot more of that in this quarter. Try and use the breeze and try and get a score on the board.
First game, looking at the ammos this year. Mark, how did you think of the standard, being a former recruiter in the Waffle system and league player yourself?
Yeah, no, it's always a good standard, the A-grade amateurs, and I've always found it to be of really good level. And look, there's lots of players who are capable of taking their football further for a number of reasons. They may or may not have, but no, that was a really strong start. And again, I said you couldn't fault the endeavour around the contest, and the way that the players were hitting in was full credit to them. So. No, I'm looking forward to the rest of this game. It shapes up. This quarter is going to be really, really important to see if Scarborough can get the ball and give Worthington a few looks, because one-on-one down there, he's very dangerous, and if they can get it in quick to him, he'll prove a handful for the Curtin Uni defenders.
Absolutely, a score around the ground at Kingsway versus North Fremantle. Kingsway are only up by points. A good effort by North Fremantle. Been down out and a bit the last few weeks, so putting up a good contest against Kingsway.
Yeah, look, underrated side. I thought they were actually pretty good through a lot of the periods of the year, so yeah, should be a pretty good game there by the looks of it. So umpire's going to start the second quarter here. In the middle of the ground here, doing the ruck work once again is Sam East for Curtin Uni Wednesday versus undersized Guilford, but give that to Guilford. Good effort by him. Put his body in the contest. Antonio pressure was very good. Ball's going forward about 10 or 15 minutes, and the umpire says give the ball to me. So umpire's throwing it up, ball up again. Geez, Guilford versus Guilford again. He's getting himself a contest. His second and third efforts have been fantastic. Under the ground there was Spencer. He's overran it. Once again, little kick off the ground was by Valalonga, gained a few metres. Oh, hitting the ball. Oh. Geez, that's a shocking contest there, number 19. Daniel Parry. Unbelievable. He's picked himself up off the ground. He's being poleaxed, and he's given away a low. I don't understand that. No, I think he was pretty unlucky there. Sammy Dennis came in really hard, but young bloke really unlucky to give away that free.
A lot of courageous effort by him. So handball's okay through Curtin Uni. Go through Wheeler. Wheeler on the left, one-on-one. Buckers. Good ball over the top by the Scarborough defender. Delilio, pretty sneaky around the back of the goals. Kick a ball on boot. He's kicked that out of bounds on the full. Thought he was playing for Essendon, but unfortunately he's playing for Curtin Uni Wesley at the moment. There, Ward, and a minor score. Yeah,
I was disappointed to see him not try and banana it along the ground or something like that and sneak it through, but yeah, he's got some pretty good goal sense. The veteran.
He has. So Scarborough tucked away in the pocket. Bring the ball up. Kick the ball down the line. Oh, it's about Mark over the top then by Wheel. He's brought the ball to the ground. Tried to find his teammate in Radamajak. Radamajak on the right around the corner was okay, and then found Zach McCurry. McCurry around the corner and is a minor score. So they're prepping the forward line once again there, Mark, but not converting on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they've started really strong this quarter. Curtin Wesley into the breeze. Scarborough would really need to be on their toes here.
Certainly do. They don't want to get this out of hand here. So Clay Murray is going to bring the ball into play. Oh, that's an ordinary kick. That's out of bounds on the full. There's that breeze.
Yeah, I think he probably didn't adjust for the 50k win that just came through right then, mate.
Certainly did. So Curtin Uni Wesley have the ball on the far side. Umpire's call play on here. So he does do that. Beautiful kick. Geez, that breeze is holding up. And a good defensive mark over the back of the pack then to Sam Sadalik. It was out of bounds. Umpire doesn't know what it is. Make a decision. I think it's still Sadalik's mark. And he's going to do the banana. So Sadalik trying to find the line where he's going. Very difficult kick from there. I think he's going to use his non-preferred. That's his left. And I'll tell you what, he's kicked it. An absolute ripping goal by Sam Sadalik. That's his second goal. Took a lot of time there, Ward, and kicked that non-preferred left around the corner and good goal.
Yeah, look, really good goal. They were able to transition that ball inside 50 really quickly, and look, it probably carried over the top a bit better than, or a bit further than they thought it was going to. Another great contested mark by him, and look, 2 goals for the day for the late inclusion.
Absolutely. And that could be also the CNW electrical goal of the day. We've only had 3, and that's the best by country mile.
And he missed the easiest one he had. He could have had 3 by now. So he's looking really lively down there, Sadlik.
So here's the late call up, and he's doing very, very well. So in the middle of ground once again, it's East versus Guelphy. East won that one easily. Good pressure though. Curtin Uni player didn't have the footy. Umpire saw that as well. The free kick was definitely there. It says Lachlan Dennis has the ball, decides to play on, kick the ball to the half forward flank. Ball comes to ground. Have numbers here. Scarborough roving ball extremely was Clay Murray. He throws on his right boot. There's no one on the far side there at all, apart from the boundary line and also Rhett Mason. And the boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. He's got nothing to kick to, Mark, have they, when Scarborough comes out of the defensive 50?
Yeah, they really don't at the moment, and they need to find a way, or they've got to sort of work the ball through with handball and run and chain, because yeah, they're just really lacking a presence around the half-forward line at the moment. And you know, players like Carter just setting up really strongly behind the ball and just repelling everything that's coming their way.
Very good effort through traffic was Robbins on the left. Brings the ball forward, try to find Worthington. Worthington, second effort was okay. Tackle was good from behind too from Scarborough. Pressure was okay, but forced the hand there of Brent Latch. Latch has turned it straight over. This guy's trying his guts out as Reece Guelphy goes to Antonio. He's just done a hammy in the watch that one in the middle of the ground. He is cooked. Once again goes Worthington. Keep your eye on him. And Antonio's done his hamstring. Not a good sign.
Nah, not what they need, Scarborough. He's one of their better players in the first quarter, Antonio, through the midfield. So looks like he'll be done for the day.
As soon as he kicked it, he knew the former West Perth player. And his partner in crime, Mitch McPhee, will not like that at all, Ward.
No, not at all. And look, as you mentioned, really important player for him. He's just a genuine accumulator, really smart player. And, you know, they're going to miss him now.
Sam Davis kicks the ball on. But at least Scarborough have broken the scoreboard's duck, and they are 1 point. No trail at the moment. 3-6-24 per scoreboard. Curtin Uni Wesley in front by 23 points. And like I said, a big loss is Mitchie Antonio. He's done that left hamstring fairly severe, I would have thought.
Yeah, he's taken a long time to come off the ground, so he's obviously in a fair bit of pain.
And never done a hamstring, but I reckon that'd be pretty painful.
Yeah, not much fun, boys. I did my last one in a teacher's parents race, and I can give you the tip, it wasn't a great result, and I was walking a lot slower than Braden Antonio, so I'm feeling his pain at the moment.
So Scarborough pushed the ball forward, good effort, running to courage, or standing the ground, taking the good contested mark. There's Jack Pacelli. Good decision by the ump to play that one. There's Pacelli. He kicked the ball, gains a few metres, and finds his teammate there, lace out there, and Mitchie Carter. He started well, Carter. A lot of possessions down back. They can play on the left, and good mark in front. Made him earn it, nothing wrong with that. So pick himself off the ground there are the Curtin Uni Wesley players. Umpire's call played on, so he just kicks the ball. More than hope, more than anything. There's this play. Geez, the breeze just holds that up nicely. Curtin Uni decides to play on down the line. They've got loose players everywhere. One of those players over the top there is Sam Dennis. He goes on his right foot to a one-on-one all by himself is Buckets. You could see that coming a country mile away there, Ward. There's no one on him. Ball went forward of the play and left the play one-on-one by himself.
Yeah, absolutely. They're obviously trying to push up, and we saw on that third kick going forward, the ball did end up holding up a little bit. But, you know, when they got out and got that opportunity, Big Buckets sitting all by himself, 25 metres out. Look, that's unforgivable, really, from the Scarborough defence.
Absolutely. So here's Big Jamesy corner, 20 metres out. Into a breeze. This time kick straight through and gun barrel straight, says the Big Buckets. That's his second goal. He's kicked 2. Sadlick has kicked 2. And overall, Curtin Uni Wesley have kicked 4. So they've got 4 goals, 6:30. And Scarborough 1 point, and that's a per Scarborough scoreboard. Doing all the attacking so far, Mark, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they're making liars of us with this wind a little bit, Curtin Wesley. They just seem to be working a lot harder at the moment and got more quality across the board. And, I'm really danger signs for Wade Toomey here in the Scarborough group. Obviously a young group out there today, but somehow they need to find a way to start winning some ball through the midfield, because the likes of Dennis and Buick and co are starting to rack them up.
Certainly are. And Rhett Mason's doing a good job in the middle of the ground as well. So they're just got to just weather the storm here, Scarborough. So umpire throws a ball up. Good contest once again by Guelphy. Second effort was okay. Bottom of the pack, through traffic was okay, was DeRosio. Third effort once again was good. Scarborough punched the ball forward, trying to find here Valalonga. Valalonga, ordinary bounce. Hotly pursued then by Gillam. Gillam, good effort, beating 1-on-1. Good tackle by Valalonga from behind. They have the numbers here to Curtin Uni Wesley. Off the ground there was Chris Leonard. Lace out was fantastic and found McCarry. McCarry, that's an ordinary kick. Could have done a lot better with that. I think he knows it too. A bit of drop head of the ground.
Yeah, Big Z Mackey just walked straight off the ground, didn't he?
Did like it, the Big Z Mackey. Said I could do better than that myself. It wasn't good. So Scarborough, defensive part of the ground, decides to switch the play. It's a good kick and lace out and finds Scotty Tyres. So there's Tyres. Umpire's call play to him. Tyres decide to play the ground. He switches as well. Risky kick. The play comes off and finds Tommy Willett. Willett on the right. Geez, Valalonga covers a lot of ground. He was here a minute ago and now he's over the other heart of the ground. Good hard running by the young fella. Valalonga loads his eye. Good kick and lace out. He finds Big Wortho on the left. Kicks the ball to the centre hole. Easily pushed off the play. That's just too easy, that contest by Curtin Uni Wesley. Have all the numbers at the moment. Kyle Wheeler decides to play on. Little left foot kick. Oh, well done by the Scarborough play. Intercepted the play very well was Irwin. Reads the 1-2. Finds Davies. Davies on the right. Loads his kick. 1-on-1's Worthington. Good passage of play here by Scarborough. There's Worthington from outside 50. He's just kicked that. An absolute massive kick, but a minor score only. There's that breeze there, Mark, from outside 50. It was a good kick.
It was a thumping kick by Worthington, and they need to get the ball in his hands a little bit more. We can see what he's capable of, but he's been starved of opportunities so far.
Certainly has.
Look, he's one for me at the moment, and probably Ryan Sheen's the other one. I'd look at trying to just chuck him in the middle just to try and actually get back in the contest. Look, the guys that are in there at the moment trying their guts out, but just aren't able to get the ball. So chuck a Worthington in there, that extra big body and the experience, and at least try and get the ball forward a little bit more.
So Carton Taylor decides to shoot the ball on the far side, find his teammate then, Aaron Callahan. Callahan on the left, ordinary kick, and turn it straight over to Tommy Willett. And I definitely feel sorry for poor old Braden Antonio. That looks very uncomfortable when he knows that the poor bugger. They're shocking hamstrings. Play on here to Scarborough. Getting a lot of the footy they are at the moment. They've just got to penetrate that half-forward flank area. So they kick the ball down the line. Pushed off the... Oh, good mark by Worthington. He's pushed into that contest and still taking the mark. So Worthington maybe has a ping from there. He's right on the 50-metre paint line. I think he knows it. Says, I'm going to have a cracker, yeah. And Mark has a chance to kick this.
Yeah, he really needs to kick this one for his team. As you said, distance won't be a problem. Should be a matter of accuracy from here.
So there he is, the premiership player for Subiaco, Scotty Worthen, been an ornament to the game at both waffle level and amateur level. So at 55 metres out, take a good kick from there, but he is one hell of a thumping kick. Decides to play on that arc. Now kicks the ball on. That's a fantastic kick. And I think it's a goal. That is a definitely great goal by the veteran and Scotty Worthington from well outside 50. Just had that natural arc, didn't he, Ward, and gained a few meterage, and that's all he needed to convert a fantastic goal.
Mate, kicked it absolutely beautifully. As soon as he marked it, he had a quick think about the breeze. He went, I reckon I've got this in me. And look, he's run around, leaned back on it, belted it from 60. And a really important goal for Scarborough there, Mark. Yeah,
it would have to be a contender for the C&W electrical goal of the day. He's probably kicked that 60 metres, Worthington, and great to see Scarborough on the board here. Halfway through the second quarter, and they'll be hoping for the next one.
Absolutely, just a good passage of play. They ran and carried the footy, kicked it to a 1-on-1 contest, and Worthington's good, strong contested mark, and it, like we said, a fantastic goal from outside 50. So right in the middle of the ground again, the undersized Guelphy versus the big Z-Mac in the ruck. Give that to Guelphy again. He's going all right in the ruck, the big fella. Going okay, handball's good. Found Sheen on the right boot, trying to find Morgan. He's small, but easily outmarked then by Gillam. He decides to put the afterburners on Gillam. Punched the ball forward. Under prey was okay. Radimick on his right. Handball over the top by Buick was good. Good run and carry then by Chris Leonard. Leonard on the left. Good passage of play, Curtin Uni. They just ran that extremely well from one end of the ground to the other. Decides to play onto Delilio. And what the hell was he doing then, Delilio?
Jeez, I think
That
when
was-
when you've got that kind of experience, you probably know when to call for the ball and when not to. And
Why would you call for
I
it?
think he didn't come up with the right option there.
So, yeah, not good. And either is Brandy and Antonio's left hammy. I can feel it from here. It doesn't. Looks very sore. Boundary line throw in. Couple of metres out from the Curtin Uni Wesley goal. Z-Mac wins a ruckwork. Tries to find his partner in crime there in corner. Corner's brought the ball to the ground. Plays every round the contest. Under the ball was okay. Handball was even better. Delilio on the left. Kicks the ball standing on the ground. Good courage in by the player there. And Luke Spencer for Scarborough. Surely he's got one high. Was a Scarborough player. Umpire seen that again. And once again, number 2 is Thomas Irwin on the right. Good kick and good strongly contested mark's been taken by Brad King. King decides to bring the ball under the corridor. Tried to find Davies. Oh, the player didn't have it, surely. Worthington went straight at him. Gets the ball out of the contest is Worthington. Over the top was okay. Lowers his eyes. The small player on the ground there is Morgan. He's brought the ball in the contest. Pick up by Davis was good below his knees. Also put his player under pressure then was Westcombe. Westcombe chiseled the ball out. Good tackling pressure here by Curtin Uni. Running through the back half of the ground is Pacelli on his right. Oh, Guilfey's been tripped up surely. Umpire said no, he didn't. Good passage of play here by Willett. Over the back to Guilfey. Guilfey on his right. Brings the ball to one-on-one, but running the ball extremely well is Jake Morgan for Curtin Uni Wesley. He gets the ball on his right. A ball over the top by the Scarborough players. Effective then was Riddell. That's the president. And they kick the ball, try to gain a few meterage, and they'll have that a bit of a win because they're outnumbered then, Scarborough Ward.
Yeah, look, they were indeed. Scrappy footy from both sides there. It was a bit of ping-pong kind of footy, but yeah, look, definitely a win for Scarborough just in the end there.
You've had a kick and a half out from Scarborough's goal. The trial at the moment 1-2 to 4-goal-6. It's on the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. Thanks for your sponsorship. Them and the Sandbar and Benny Randall. And CNW Electrical as well. Hitting the ball in the contest. Valalong was good. Handball the ball over the top. There's Guilfey again. He's kept trying to Guilfey. Kicked the ball forward. Well done. Good passage of play here. On the right then was McPhee. McPhee around the corner. Tell you what, that's a fantastic goal from Mitchell McPhee. Excellent effort set up by Reece Guilfey. Absolutely inspirational play by the kind of part-time ruckman there.
He's working really hard at the moment, Guelphy, and he's given him a real lift around the ground, and it was a class finish by McPhee, snapping on his left foot. I think that's his 25th goal for the season, McPhee, so he looks quite dangerous and he's more than capable.
So it's a good 3 or 4 minutes so far, Ward for Scarborough. The last 3 or 4 minutes, they've got themselves back into the contest and playing with a bit more purpose.
Yeah, definitely right. They've started to win the ball a little bit more around the contest, and it has really all started with Reece Guelphy. He's about 7 foot shorter than just about every other ruckman on the ground, but he's probably half the hit-outs, I would have thought, almost for the day. Maybe not quite, but look, they've actually started to win some clearances, hitting a few targets there, and look, when the ball ends up in Mitch McPhee's hands like it did there, you're always backing him in for a goal.
Absolutely. So last 10 minutes of this first half, and Scarborough are on a roll at the moment. They've kicked the last 2. There's Guelphy outnumbered again. Comes to the ground there and finds Lachlan Dennis on the right for Curtin Uni. Wesley, there's Willett. He's done well down back as well. Willett hits the ball hard. Kicks the ball, gains a few meterage. Have the numbers over there. Curtin Uni had to go back. Under pressure was okay. There's Gillam. Gillam found his teammate there in Carden Taylor. Taylor just throws on his left boot. Good ball over the top. Ball comes to ground. Kick off the ground then by Jacob Radamagic for Curtin Uni. Wesley. Once again, Scarborough have the numbers. So it puts Guelphy under extreme pressure. He stands on the contest, Guelphy. Well done. Handball over the top. And found Westcombe. Westcombe on his left. And he's turned the ball straight back over to Chris Leonard for Curtin Uni. Wesley, he lowers his eyes. Tries to find his target. And that player's kicked a couple there in Sam Sadalik. And he's pushed that one far left. And Buick was all by himself. But boundary line there and Cam Taylor is absolutely yelling at Sadalik. Because all by myself. And you very greedy and hungry, tried to kick a goal there. Mark should have used his play there and Taylor all by himself.
Yeah, he should have. He's team football first, so he should have given that one over the top, and his teammate would have had an easier shot on goal.
Might have said, although you kicked 2, Sam, you could at least give me the opportunity to kick 1.
I think his eyes have lit up a little bit. He can sense maybe a bag today, the late inclusion.
Absolutely. Handball's okay. Well done by Scarborough.
Oh.
Surely Valalong has been cleaned up behind play, but he picks himself straight back up off the ground. Oh, good mark by Worthington. There's no one there forward, so he just kicks the ball over the lines. This is a running race here. How the ball's got to stand up. It's running. It's running. It's running. And out of bounds.
Jeez, he's almost kicked it from 90.
Kicked that from 70 metres. Has big Scotty Worthington. And just running end on end, wasn't it? We just wanted to get that urgency to run through, but unfortunately it's a boundary line throw-in. A couple of metres out from Scarborough. If they sneak a goal here, it is definitely game on here at the Mill. So Boundjob's going to throw the ball in. Davies doing the ruck work. Brings the ball to the ground. There's Vallelonga. He's out number 1 on 2. Goes back in the contest. Kick around the corner. I tell you what, goal of the day, Mitchie McPhee. He's kicked a goal and he's non-preferred. I tell you what, that will be close to the goal of the day. Fantastic goal there by McPhee there, Ward.
Yeah, look, really good. And look, that's all the opportunities a young player like Mitch McPhee needs. I said young player, he's probably one of the more senior guys out there now, but just his goal sense is absolutely exceptional. Really good again to just bring the ball down to a contest, and great roving there by McPhee. Second of the day, second of the quarter, and third goal for Scarborough.
Just doesn't panic, doesn't he, McPhee? So excellent 4 or 5 minutes for Scarborough. They only trail at the moment by 10 points. They're 3-2-20. And Curtin Uni at 4-6-30. So excellent effort by them. And we have a game here, Mark.
Absolutely. Grolfie's given Scarborough a real lift in the ruck, and Worthington started to get involved, and him and McPhee forward looking really dangerous. And we said before that they need to get Worthington involved if they want to get back into the game, and they've started to go through him a little bit. And since from there, Scarborough have kicked 3 goals.
Tackle. Oh, that's a throw. Well done by Guelph. He's just put his body... Oh, clean up there by Vallelonga. He's been cleaned up so many times, the poor young fella. He's got a nice corky, I think.
You'll know he's played a game of football tonight, young Vallelonga.
Tell you, Willett's done a mountain of job down the back half of the ground for Scarborough too. Every honest contest has been very, very good. The ball down the line, and good, strong marks been taken by Lockie Dennis. Dennis kicking half and out for goals, too far out to score. There's Dennis, so the umpire's play on, lowers his eyes, and there's that player again, Tommy Willett. He's having a good game, the former Claremont player. And Willett, he's definitely hold players down back. He's being Rocket Gibraltar in defence as Willett. Kicks on his right, he's outnumbered here, and good defensive marks been taken by Chrissy Leonard for Curtin Uni Wasley. Look fairly stagnant at the moment, and well done by Scarborough. Just 1%ers, they're going, they're nothing to kick to, but 3 on 1 here. McPhee's outnumbered by 3. At least he put a contest on, and again, but there's numbers everywhere for Curtin Uni Wasley. They can do what they like through chain of handballs on the left, and good passage of play here, Curtin Uni Wasley. And scream for the ball on the far side there is Bryn Osborne. It's not going to reach him, and an easy mark to Curtin Uni Wasley. They seem to have more players on the ground the last couple of minutes so far, Mark, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I think Scarborough, it looks like their small forwards are getting sucked up around the ball. I'm not sure whether they're playing a couple up around the contest, Ward, but when they've got it in their forward line, they seem to not have the representation they've probably needed all day so far. If it wasn't for a couple of individual efforts in the last 5 or 6 minutes from some of the Scarborough forwards, it's been a bit hard for them to score so far.
So deliberate shot of goals. It's about 40 metres out. Bit of a difficult angle here. Starting approach a goal, leans back on the ball, and I tell you what, he's kicked that one goal. That's Sam Sadalik again. That is his 3rd goal. He's kicked 2 this quarter, 1 in the first, and a fantastic kick from the person who's the late in, Sam Sadalik. He's proving very lively off the half-forward flank.
Yeah, look, he's been a real surprise today. He's had 5 shots on goal, kicked 3 so far, and look, been a real presence there. If you told me before the start of the game that he'd be their leading goal kicker, I would have been very surprised with guys like Corner and Diolio up there as well, and the big Z-Mac. We mentioned Diolio. Tom Willett's been absolutely exceptional on him all day, and been a really good matchup for him. But steadier for Wesley Curtin, which they probably needed.
Absolutely. So just
shows the depth of the ladder leaders, I think, where you can bring a player like Sadalik in, he can have an impact like he has. Says a little bit about the depth of the club.
Absolutely. So 3.5 minutes to go in this last quarter. Guelphy again, good contest by him. Second effort was okay. Hitting the ball hard, trying to push it over the far side. Chain of handball's okay. And there's Sean Burrick going. The pace on him. Lowers his eyes, Burrick, but turns the ball straight back over. Handball's okay. Chisels the ball out then by Curtis Riddell, the president. Tries to find Davies. Good effort by him. Just socked the ball in, gained a few metres to Davies. And again, good effort by him. Sam Davies, excellent effort. Lowers his eyes from outside the pocket. And that is the goal. That is the goal of the day. Sammy Davies. Absolutely brilliant. Kicked the ball in front of me. Beat one or two players, Ward, and that is potentially the goal of the day.
Mate, that was an absolute belter of a goal. Look, it's just his work right there. He's able to go and get that first one. Kept on running. He had Brent Latch right on his hammer, but he was able to get the ball back and keeps an absolute belter from the pocket mark.
Yeah, it's a CNW electrical goal of the day, that's for sure. And I noticed he kicked 6 last week, and that's his first today. And it was a really nice one to start with. So if they can get the ball going through Davies as well now, they're starting to get a few targets, Scarborough.
But it's good because he had it out earmarked, didn't he? Socketed the ball on, followed his own player on, and just persevered, pushed it forward, and kicked a very good goal.
Yeah, he did. He probably had a player at the top of the goal square too, so he's lucky he did kick it. But in the end, he'll be pretty happy if he takes home the goal of the day award.
Absolutely. Hats off into the middle of the ground, and Reece Guilford, the unsung hero in the ruck. He just gives a contest all the time. He's in there again, and he brings a contest again. Ball comes to ground. Well, hitting the ball hard. Fell along. He's courageous for a little fella. Fell along. He's at the bottom of the pack again there for Scarborough.
Yeah, just don't think Curtin are getting enough from East's ruck taps at the moment. He's sort of tapping forward a lot, but there's no one there. And they need to capitalise on his dominance because Guelphy's been able to equalise him a little bit this quarter.
And he's even doing the contest then. Smart, because he let the ball come to the ground. Contest on the bottom was very good there by Curtis Riddell, the president. A tough gig, isn't it, when you're president of the ward and then you've got to play as well. Fair dinkum.
Mate, I wouldn't want to be doing it, I have to admit. Hats off to him for sure.
A good knock then by the Scarborough ruckman then. Ball comes to ground. Fell longer, the pace. Pickup was okay. Or caught one high, surely. Umpire says no, it's held to him. Umpire says give the ball to me. It's down to the last minute of this quarter. It's 5-6, 36, 4-2. 26 and Moses at 10 points. That's on the paired scoreboard.
Yeah, if I was the Pres, I'd be keeping some of those drink cards at the sandbar for myself for all that work, I think, and maybe not giving them all out on Saturday afternoon.
Giving them back in the back pocket, you reckon. There's Gillam goes for Curtin Uni Wasley. Tries to find the Z-Mac. He got tackled by the Scarborough defender. Gets again to the Z-Mac. Tackle. That's a throw right in front of you. Defensive pressure then by spinner Mainstone was very good. In the half-back flank, he decides to play on. He can switch the play to McPhee. He's kicked a miraculous goal also this quarter. He's actually kicked 2. McPhee's been impressive. There's Mitch McPhee. And there's the half-time siren here, which sees Curtin Uni Wasley 5-6. And Scarborough are 4-2. A margin of 10 points. Goal scorers for Scarborough. McPhee, Mitch, he's kicked 2. Davis kicked 1. Worthington has also kicked 1 for Scarborough. Curtin Uni Wasley, 2 goals to Sadalik and 2 goals to James Corner. But how'd you see that first half there, Ward?
Yeah, look, Wesley Curtin obviously came out, used the wind in that first quarter pretty well, but weren't able to get the goals on the board. Look, pretty even second quarter there. 4 goals to 3 to Scarborough. It was great to see them get on the board and look, get right back in the contest as well. But I think we're actually set up for a pretty good second half coming up. Wesley Curtin only a 10-point lead, all the extra scoring shots, but great to see Scarborough get back in the game, Mark.
Absolutely, they needed that quarter, 4 goals. We said at quarter time if they could get back in the quarter in the second quarter. They would. It'd be an interesting second half, and that's exactly what they've done. So, well done by Wade Toomey and the Scarborough boys to get back in the contest.
Absolutely, quarter time around other grounds. Trinity are 19 and Fremantle are 9. So margin there of 10 points, and a close one. Kingsway 41, North Fremantle 34. Margin 7 points at half time. So Kingsway, North Fremantle putting up a good show there. So might take a short break. Half time here. See Scarborough, the home side, Charlotte Mate 4-2. Curtin Uni 5-6. But it's been a great game of footy. We'll be back for the second half very shortly. Welcome back to the Mill half time as the players go back onto the ground. Curtin Uni Wesley a 5-goal-6. Scarborough are 4 goals 2. But it's been a fairly entertaining game. Ward, I know Scarborough had underdone a lot of players out through injury and also Mark, but they are putting up a very good contest so far, Scarborough.
Yeah, definitely right. They probably don't have the talent across the park, with all due respect, compared to Wesley Curtin, but it's been their effort and work rate that, only finds them 10 points down at half time. So at least they've put themselves right in the contest. Braden Antonio, big loss for him though, a pretty bad hamstring. Having to chat to him at half time, it says the first hammy he's ever done, and he feels like he's been shot, but look, hopefully that comes up pretty quick. But Scarborough, a lot to play for in this second half.
And good to see you're going to get ice on that, he said. Brandon, he says, no, going to ice it down with a couple of frothies there, Mark. So always good to have the Carlton draft in the back of your hamstring.
Absolutely. It was probably season over, so he's got a long summer to get over that one. So fair enough call too, probably.
And sorry, apologies for number 7 for Curtin Uni Wesley. Pronounce the name, please, for us correctly, Ward.
Sardalek.
Sardalek, that's right. So apologies there. He's been very good, actually. He's kicked 3 and very lively up forward, number 7. A late inclusion for Curtin Uni Wesley, but done some good things. And in the waffle, I can't believe that Mark's told me that the Sharks have hit the front over Subi.
There you go.
Yep, kick 5 in a row, the Sharks away from home.
We don't mind a few surprises, mate. That's good.
Absolutely, yeah. It's good for the contest too. As the players come back onto the grounds. Curtin Uni Wesley in the yellow. They'll be kicking to the left of the screen this quarter, and Scarborough in the green. They'll be kicking to the right of the screen. We'll see how we go this quarter.
Early shouts for the Dartfish player of the day, you reckon, Cam?
Oh, yeah, it's a play of the day. Yeah, pretty difficult. No one's really stands up by the size has been the dominant. But I think the play, even the play of the day and the combined play of the day and the goal was saying Davies maybe follow his own ball, and that could be the. And I reckon even Guilfey, like some of the stuff he's done undersized in the middle of the ground by him, at least he's bringing the ball to the contest and bringing the ball to the ground.
Yeah, it has been pretty even. Any thoughts from you, mate?
No, it's been pretty even. I mean, Worthington and McPhee were really good that quarter, as was Willett for Scarborough, and Vallelonga's been busy. And I think you look at the Curtin Wesley side, it's the likes of Dennis, Buick, Carter, Leonard, big buckets up forward. So second half, it's waiting for someone to grab the game and put their stamp on it, I think.
Absolutely. It's just about to start the third quarter. See Scarborough down by 10 points, 5-6 to 4-2. Players getting their positions. It's starting to get fairly cold now in the mill. There, Ward and Mark. So I'm going to stand up for a couple of minutes, get those blood going through those back of the hamstrings.
My teeth haven't started chattering yet, mate, so we're going okay.
So umpires waiting for the siren to go. There it is, start of the third quarter at the mill. Scarborough versus Curtin Uni Wesley, round 17 of this clash. Well done then, bringing the ball to the ground was East on his right. Got his own board at East. Kicked the ball to the centre half forward. Willett behind the pack. Stood under the contest. Willett come the ball to the ground to Curtin Uni Wesley. Around the corners, very good kick under pressure. But bringing the ball to the ground was the Scarborough defender there in number 24 and Scotty Tyres. And the boundary umpire says give the ball to me about 10 metres away from the Curtin Uni attacking area. Pushing the ball forward then was number 13. Lockie Dennis has been pretty impressive in the midfield on the half-forward flank for Curtin Uni Wesley.
Yeah, he has the former Perth player. Looks a utility sort of type at this level. Plays midfield and forward.
And speaking of, he has it now, Dennis. And a little push on the side then by Spinner Mainstone. Was fairly effective. The umpire says, once again, give the ball to me. Boundary line throw. To just gone 30 seconds of this third quarter. There's been no trouble on the scoreboard so far. So the boundary umpire is going to throw the ball in. The Z-Mac doing the ruck work. Hits it over the top. Found Delilio. Delilio on the left. I tell you what, no, he's kicked a minor score. The former Essendon player and South Fremantle playing Corey Delilio, and hasn't troubled the scoreboard so far this game.
No, he hasn't, and as we mentioned earlier, he's probably had Tommy Willett for company most of the day, and he's been one of Scarborough's best players today. So tough day at the office for Corey Delilio.
And there's Westcombe for Scarborough. Decides to switch the play in the half-forward flank. Tried to find his teammate Morgan, went right through his fingers. Over there was Sean Buick. And the boundary umpire said, give the ball to me. Could have done a lot more with that with Morgan, but hasn't put a bad effort. Small by stature, but a very good tackler is Brodie Morgan.
Yeah, the likes of Morgan, Irwin, only small in stature, but like little bull terriers, really
they have a
aggressive
crack,
around the
don't they?
contest, and have had a real dip. And they were key players in the second quarter, just turning the tide a little bit for Scarborough with their effort around the ball.
So Z-Mac, good ruck work. Ben Randall, the veteran, reads it extremely well. Tucked again in the back pocket, decides to switch the play. It's effective and finds Clay Murray. Murray decides to play on down the line to a one-on-one. Or standing under the contest bat, pushing the back there was Parry. Second half by Parry was outstanding. Tried to find Willett. Willett shrugged one, didn't shrug another. In the contest, this could be holding the ball. He could be in trouble, and he is. He's holding the ball. Tom Willett said, what else was I supposed to do? I tried to get the ball on, but it didn't. But Delilio will be the recipient of the free kick. He decides to lower his eyes. Good kick. Kicks to space. And leading hard onto the footy is once again the player there. Could be Lockie Dennis again.
Yeah, look, for me, he's probably been the most influential player throughout the day. Even in the second quarter when Scarborough were getting a lot of the ball, he was still finding the most of it in the middle. Definitely been their best midfielder today for Wasley Curtin.
So Lockie Dennis is about 30 metres out. Bit of an angle. Geez, that's a beautiful kick off the boot. Straight over the goal, umpire's head for Lockie Dennis's first goal. But more importantly, it's the sixth goal here for Curtin Uni Wesley. So on the paired scoreboard, there's 6-7-43, Scarborough 4-2-26. Handy goal so far in the third quarter. Ward for Curtin Uni Wesley.
Yeah, absolutely right. Look, Corey Diolio ended up getting that free kick there. Probably his first win against Tommy Willett for the day. Showed his experience and class, able to hit Lockie Dennis up. And a vital first goal for Wesley Curtin, kicking with the breeze in this third quarter.
Certainly is. So 13 scoring shots to 6. So they've certainly had more scoring opportunities, Curtin Uni Wesley. And Scarborough just trying to keep themselves into the contest here. So ruck work once again. East versus Wilfie. East wins that one. Comes aboard of the ground. Good tackle by Valalonga. Still in the contest is Valalonga. Good effort by him. Still at the bottom pack is young Adam. Trying his guts off. But kick out then by Curtin Uni there in Casey York on his right. Oh, fickle bounce. Bounce over the player's head there was Spinner Manstone. There's Randall. Handball over the top. He's done okay, Benny Randall, the veteran.
Yeah, very, very smart behind the ball. He seems to find himself, probably by himself a lot and looks for that kind of intercept possession. But, he's really the player down there that's, holding them all together today.
So the bound umpire's going to throw the ball in. 25 metres out from the Curtin Uni Wesley goal, who in front at the moment by 17 points. Brings the ball to ground, trying to find the teammate there in Lockie Dance, who kicked the last goal through traffic. Was very good effort then by Lukey Spencer on the right. Oh, great mark by Worthington. The umpires play that one. Good effort, Scotty Worthington decides to play on by a handball. Over the top there to Luke Childs. Luke Childs on the left. Kick for the distance. Fantastic mark then by Sean Buick. Over the top of Morgan. Buick decides to play him through a handball. Draws the play over the top and Rhett Mason. Mason on the right. Good play also finds Cam Taylor. Taylor all by himself. Brings the ball to the corridor. Good kick, but they have numbers to Scarborough. One of those at the plaque there is Clay Murray. Murray's tackle from behind. Curtin Uni Wesley. Delilio goes one way, goes the other on the left. And I tell you what, that is a very, very clever goal to the former Essendon player. And they're starting to get a bit of a run on now at the moment. Curtin Uni Wesley there, Ward.
Yeah, look, really good passage of play through the ground there. Look, you saw as they Shawnee Buick ended up taking that mark. I don't normally see him take too many contested marks going back with the ball, I have to admit, but then they were able to bring that ball up that outer wing. Heaps of players running through the ground, arms up, and then able to get that ball inside 50. Really smart stat by Corey Diolio, and he's starting to look pretty lively, Mark.
Yeah, he is, and it's a danger sign, as you said. It was a really important mark by Buick, and obviously from that came the forward attack, which we saw a goal from Delolio. And as the game starts to blow open a little bit here, he's the one who could sort of cash in with his experience and goal shark Delolio. So Willett's had a really, really strong role on him so far. He needs to make sure that he doesn't lose him in the next 10 minutes or so.
It's the middle of the ground once again. Excellent knock work over the top by East. Bring the ball to the ground. Well done by Valalonga. Second effort was okay. Third effort was even better. Tried to find Guelphy down the back. He met very heavily by the opposite ruckman there in East. Curtin Uni go forward again. Oh, good mark at the back by the Scarborough player. Umpire's call played on. Lucky it wasn't the player from Bowen, but it's Jamie Spinner Manstone. Over the top then to Brad Westcombe. Westcombe on his left. Curtin Uni players got one high then. The umpire saw that as well. It's an Azivi free kick, goes to Buick again. He's going to receive it again, does Buick. Does a sideway tackle over the top then to the ruckman there in east. Good passage of play here, Curtin Uni Wesley. That's beautiful football. Absolutely Cinderella story, and the big buckets gets that ball lace out.
Yeah, Buick's really starting to have an impact this quarter. He was involved 3 times in that chain, and, you know, to the big fella east who's quite athletic and agile for his size, and that was fantastic ball movement by the Curtin Wesley side.
So here's Big James, he buckets corner. He's kicked 2 already. This is for goal number 3. Straight over the goal, umpire's head. He loves that one, does the buckets. That's 3 for him. And danger signs for Scarborough, Mark, because Curtin Uni Wesley just starting to put the throttle on now. Yeah,
the alarm bells will be flashing down there with Wade Toomey at the moment. This has been a really strong start by Curtin Wesley this quarter. And he's a unique kicking style, the big fella. He sort of stabs at the ball, doesn't he? He doesn't kick through it, but he's
and leans back.
very upright with his leans back and sort of stabs at the ball. But it goes straight, Warden. That's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely right. We saw a day where he almost kicked 10 out at their home ground, and look, it wasn't unless he was kicking from about 60 that he actually seemed to kick through the ball. But got a really unique kicking style. But 47 goals now for the year. You'd have to back it in.
Absolutely, it's a middle of ground once again. East versus Guilford. Guilford didn't run it, but good tackle. That's a fantastic. That could be holding the ball. Good effort by young Reece Guilford. He's tried his guts out as the part-time ruckman. Wins that one. Brings the ball to the ground. There's Buick again. He's at a fantastic corner. Handball over the top there for Chris Leonard. Leonard flicked out a handball over the back there to York. York on the right. Tries to find the teammate there, and Sardalik, he was very good. Handball was okay. Good passage of play once again here by Curtin Uni. Pushed the ball numbers. Tackle by Scarborough was very good. That play there was Brad Westcombe. Went over the top then to Luke Spencer. She's a scrappy player at the moment. Scarborough can have the numbers if it stays up. Flicked out the handball then to Randall. Randall on the right. Standing on the contest. Just about to take a good mark. There's Ryan Sheen. Ball's in the ground. Kick over the top. In the contest over the far wing. Buick's going to get this again. Handball out the back to Callahan. Callahan on the right. Guilford under the contest. The numbers there through Willett. Willett, good courage. Knew the contact was come on. Did very well. Found Irwin. Irwin can take a bounce. Can take another one. No one can take a third bounce, son. Keep running. After handball. Draws the play over the top. And that's holding the board. No, was it? McPhee's called play on. So Curtin Uni get it again and taking a good mark over the top there is number 12 and Jake Morgan. It's been fairly quiet, Morgan. Half forward flank, he kicks the ball down the line to a puck up. There's Buckets, takes a good strong mark. He has a good set of hands.
Jeepers.
And that's why his name is James Buckets Corner, because that's a fantastic contested mark there, Mark. You like that mark from a key leading forward?
Absolutely. It gives you confidence as a midfielder. If you got that to kick to, why not go long and fast? And geez, he's an ominous size, the big fella, and Ward, he's got good hands. He looks to me like he could fit in at levels above this potentially.
Yeah, definitely right. Look, he's always that really good presence there, and he seems to match up. He just seems really, really powerful and that strong leading target, which you don't always find, sometimes at the other levels as well. So definitely a player to watch out for.
Series Big Buckets starts it right and it stays right, so he should have done a lot more with that. Commentators curse, pump the guys' tyres up, and they let you down. Exactly what he did then. But he's had a good game, Corner, hasn't he? He's kicked through and presented, and good strong marks.
Yeah, he has. If I don't know how to explain, he's almost unassuming. Like, you don't really notice that he's such a big presence all the time, but always seems to pop up and kick goals. But look, it's been a really dominant quarter so far from Wesley Curtin. 10 inside 50s, and Scarborough haven't been able to even take the ball inside their forward 50 yet.
And good defensive mark there by Scotty Tyres. Scott Tyres tucked in the back pocket. Nothing to kick to, so he lowers his eyes. Risky kick, but it's come off and finds. If the president tells you to kick it to me, if you're a player, you kick it to the president. And exactly what happened then. So Curtis Riddell receives the ball and kicks back to the back pocket here for Scarborough. So they've still got possession of the footy. It's been a dominant quarter for Curtin Uni Wesley, Mark. They've already kicked 3 goals and still got 40 minutes to go in this third.
Yeah, it's on the Scarborough midfield now to really pull their socks up and get involved again. And, the likes of Morgan and Irwin, Vallelonga, Robbins, Sheehan need to start getting back involved now without Antonio and giving their side a bit of run.
Absolutely. There's Irwin. Bounces up, can draw the ball over the top. Good kick by Irwin to space. But Curtin Uni Wesley hit the ball very hard. Well done by Gillen. Below his knees was good play. Takes one bounce. Decides to bring the ball in the corridor. Switches play in good effort and finds Mitchy Carter. Carter's taken a good mark. Decides to play on. They're on here. Curtin Uni Wesley, if it stands up. But there's Willett. Leaves his player. Does Willett. Handball over the top was okay. Well done by Tommy Willett again. He's done a very good job. Oh, good courageous mark taken by Irwin. Both players collide into each other for Curtin Uni Wesley. An excellent effort by Thomas Irwin. He decides to play on. Risky kick and good mark. This guy's been sensational, Lockie Dennis. Handball over the top. Found Gillam. Gillam's met very heavily then by Curtis Riddell, the president. And grabbing a little bit high there, I think. There's Riddell, but fairly good strong tackle. So he can switch the play once again and finds Chrissy Leonard. Leonard can go over the hill by himself is Brent Latch. Still coming to Latch. Don't know who to kick to then, but good shepherd off the ball by the player there and Chris Leonard. And switcheroo playing finds that player again. Leonard and Carter, good down back. Carter again is by himself and receives the footy. Just lack of manning up at the moment, Ward, by Scarborough.
Yeah, absolutely right. Look, we've seen Wesley Curtin a couple of times throughout the year, and they seem to almost go this double switch quite a little bit, really just to try and open the game up. Heaps of players out on the far side of the ground at the moment, but they're just picking holes through Scarborough, taking their time at the moment to move the ball up the ground.
And there's Latch over the top, finds Gillam. Gillen through traffic was fantastic, lowers his eyes. Oh, well read by the Scarborough defender there, and Ryan Sheehan decides to bounce on and play on, kicks the ball to full pocket, trying to find Worthington, but he's outmarked by Carden Taylor. Taylor can also switch or go down the corridor. He tries the ladder. They've just got so many players out in the ground at the moment, Curtin Uni. Have a head count, Scarborough. There's more out there, I reckon. That's the way they're playing at the moment. Falls in the hand of Brent Latch. Latch could have done a lot more with that. And pretty ordinary effort by him then, because all by himself was Mitch Carter.
Yeah, normally a reasonably good user of the ball, especially at amateur level, is Brent Latch, but yeah, uncharacteristic from them. Bit of a lull in the game at the moment, Mark.
Yeah, there is. It's sort of starting to open up a little bit there, but last 5 minutes or so, scoring's just dried up a little bit. So, 11 minutes to go in the quarter here. Really telling time for Scarborough.
Well done. Kick through the play then was Durazio on the right. Numbers down the back. Carter Hamp was fantastic. Geez, his vision was good. Kicked the ball down the line. Nice about taking good mark over the top there was Clay Murray. Ball come to ground. Kept his feet, was very good then was the player for Curtin Uni Wesley. Kicked the ball. Ben Randall standing behind the back. And Randall, the veteran, he's played well. No doubt the Bears down the sandbar be going down very well for the Publican tonight. And Benny Randall, good switcheroo play and finds his teammate there in Scotty Tyres. Tyres lowers his eyes too. Draws the contest, trying to find Worthington. Worthington outnumbered one-on-one. Have the numbers there. Well done by the defender there in Jack Pacelli for Curtin Uni Wesley. He's done something over the far side, I think, but no, it's Buick, I think.
Yeah, it is Buick down there on the outer wing.
That's what he did there, and it does look, might just be a little bit footy poisoning maybe. He's back up on his feet, he's okay. And good defensive pressure then by York. He can chip the ball forward and finds a big Z-Mac. It's been fairly quiet so far, Ward, hasn't he, the big Z-Mac?
Yeah, we've seen him, have some big patches in games where he's dominated for a little while, but has been very quiet. I was actually thinking he'd be a good player to throw in against Guelphy there, just that really big body to probably knock Guelphy off it a little bit, and maybe try Sam East down in the forward line.
And there's Taylor. So he's pushing the back shoulder of the Scarborough player than Luke Spencer. There's Guelphy, throws a ball in his right boot. Going nowhere. Ball comes to ground. In the contest, Vallelonga met heavily. Handball, brilliantly effort. Irwin's going to run hard at it. Good effort. Only had eyes for the footy. Met by Z-Mac, the big player. He certainly hit Irwin fairly hard there.
Yeah, he's a courageous player, Irwin, as we said earlier. Geez, he doesn't take his eye off the ball, and one thing he doesn't lack is courage.
No,
great
he knew that
contest
big
by the
fella
young man.
thing, wasn't he, Mark? Was run hard at him. And
yeah, he didn't even flinch, did he? Just absolutely straight into the contest.
He really showed for his team there his commitment to the contest, I think. Yeah. And it was a great contest, but one of the smallest players on the field just put himself in between the ball and obviously big Z-Mac coming the other way, and great to see him get up and walk off here.
Looking running now the size of him. He's a big lad, Z-Mac. And did well to stand under the contest. Did good courage by Tommy Irwin. That might be the play of the day for me. Putting your body on the line for that when you know opposition players running at you. Ward takes a lot of courage. He seems okay.
I dare say he's had a few of those over the journey, Cam.
He certainly is. He doesn't seem too fussed, does he?
He doesn't. He's a pretty tough nut, I think.
He's back in the contest again. So Curtin Uni kick over the corner. It was Lockie Dennis again. Good pack in the middle of the ground. It could just about be a mark there to Casey York. Umpire said no, he didn't. It was touched off the boot. So just about 8:20 to go in this third quarter. Curtin Uni 8-8-56. Scarborough 4-2-26. A margin of 30 points or 5 straight goals. Guelphy brings the ball to the contest. Valalonga's met very heavily. Ball's going nowhere. Umpire says give the ball to me once again. Umpire throws the ball up. Been a very quiet quarter so far for Scarborough. Haven't bothered the scoreboard so far this quarter. Whereas unfortunately for them, Curtin Uni Wesley have kicked 4.
Yeah, it really has been a mirror of that first quarter there where Scarborough just weren't able to really get any opportunities to put any score on the board. Wesley Curtin been very, very good. Look, Scarborough's credit, they've been able to hold them up probably the last 10 minutes or so and hopefully can get a score going inside 50 now.
It's well done again by Tommy Willis. Taken a one-hander and it's played on extremely well. He's in a very good play. Be head and shoulders above any player for Scarborough out in the ground, Mark would have thought. Tommy Willett.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. You know, he's probably on top of that contest with Dal Olio throughout today. He's been a really solid player for the Scarborough side.
So bounce umpire throws the ball in right in front of the interchange bench for Curtin Uni Wesley and their portable little grandstand there. Shout out to them. They're a very well organised and drill club they are, Curtin Uni Wesley. And that's why they're sitting on top of the ladder board.
Yeah, look, and they've definitely put themselves in a good position at the moment. When you look at the talent that's across the park there and look some players that can still come into it, definitely one of the favourites to win the flag this year.
Absolutely good tackle off the ball by Worthington and also Robin through in a contest. So an even upper. Umpire says give the ball to me. We're going to throw the ball up just left of the centre here for Scarborough. Well done. Davies knock off the ball was okay. Tried to find Valalonga. His tackle was okay. Curtin Uni have the numbers here. Kept his feet was very good was Leonard. Leonard on his left and Randall standing under the ground. He's been solid down back as well. Has Benny Randall. Randall decides, doesn't know what to do, what's going to play on. Now he does. Handball over the top. Well, puts Valalonga in all kinds of trouble. Ran straight at me. Valalonga, he's been cleaned up then by Sam Dennis. Through traffic was okay, but Valalonga gets in and again. Wearing a lot of treatment they are, Scarborough boys.
No, you really notice the bigger bodies of Wesley Curtin, though, don't you?
Absolutely.
The extra age and experience, just significantly bigger than the Scarborough midfield.
Yeah, they are a lot more physical around the contest, really asserting their authority at the moment.
And there's Sam Dennis kicking over a lot and finds his teammate over there in Taylor. He's been impressive. Chips the ball in the middle of the corridor, finds Brent Latch. Latch centre half full position, switch of play, and the president puts his body in the line. It was a good effort by him. Picking off the ground, there was, I think, Jacob Radimajek, and touched off the line, or it's a boundary line thrown. It's a ladder. It's a boundary line thrown. Just gone 5:16 to go in this third quarter. The Perth scoreboard sees Curtin Uni Wesley 8-8-56, Scarborough 4-2-26. Still a margin of 30 points, and Scarborough so far this quarter, Ward, have not scored.
No, they only been able to get the ball inside 50 twice so far. Really haven't had that opportunity. Hopefully they get one before the end of this quarter because they're going to need something to be in the mix.
Little kick around the corner.
Interestingly, Scarborough haven't scored to the right of screen all day today. Remember the first quarter, they didn't score either. So that's probably the difference in the game at the moment. They're just inability to score into the wind. And their forward structure seems to be letting them down. Curtin Wesley just getting numbers behind the ball as they did early in the game again. Yep. Just making it really, really hard for the Scarborough team to score. So
Spinner Mainstone has the ball now. Doesn't know what to do. Umpire's got a call in to play on, so he decides to use his left foot. Good kick under pressure. But played on under pressure there was Tyres. Don't know what I was thinking then. He's tackled and he didn't have it. And Bucket said, sure, let's hold the ball. And umpire said, mate, you play footy. Oh, umpire, give the ball to me and I'll throw it up.
Yeah, which seems fair enough to me, mate. No, it looks like the umpire told the Scarborough player to play on, possibly, and he did look a little bit perplexed. But there we go, boundary throw in now.
Boundary line throw in, well done by Buckets, brings the ball to the ground. There's Willett again on the bottom of the pack. He was outstanding, Willett, being very good. Handball was okay. Under pressure there was Cam Taylor, and the boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. So 3:51 to go in this third quarter. It's been a dominant quarter so far for Curtin Uni Wesley, kicking 3 goals through and holding Scarborough scoreless. The boundary umpire throws the ball in. Z-Mac doing the ruck work versus Davies. Davies, brute strength, pulls the ball out of the pack to a one-on-one. Z-Mac brings the ball to the ground. Tackle's okay, handball's good. Buick on the right, kicks the ball to centre half forward. Standing on the ground to take a good mark there. You'll find it could be either Buckets or Z-Mac.
I think it's big buckets, I reckon.
Big Buckets again.
Yeah.
And this kid has got good hands.
Yeah, look, his first 5 metres or so that he actually gets on his defender are pretty quick, aren't they? And then he's able to take the ball right above his head or even just in front of him. Just really, really good leading forward.
Yeah, he is, and you're right, that first 5 metres is crucial for a key forward. Getting separation on that defender makes life a lot easier for him.
So James Bucket's corner, got that awkward kick-it style, but is very effective. So he brings up goal number 4, and more importantly brings up another goal for Curtin Uni Wesley. They are now 9 goals 9, and Scarborough 4-2-26 with 2:43 to go, and that's on the Perth scoreboard here at the Mill.
Yeah, look, both the first quarter and the third quarter have been identical so far. I think almost the same amount of inside 50, same amount of scoring shots for both teams. So Scarborough just haven't been able to right any of the, the wrongs of the first quarter. When you look at the second quarter as well today, the 4 goals that they kicked were generally either from just a freakish effort from Scott Worthington or a couple of kind of, just opportunist goals that they've been able to kick today. Just haven't been able to, have the ball on their own terms and actually hit targets. So just a tough day at the office for Scarborough so far, Mark.
And also the scoreboard, Mark, and they don't want to put that on the goal to Curtin Uni, but it's definitely 9-9.
Yeah, I think so.
Notice Worthington's gone into the middle now with Valalonga and probably their best set inside now with McPhee as well. So crunch time really for Scarborough in the next couple of minutes. Otherwise, could be a long last quarter for them.
So there it is, 9-9. It's gone up now. Definitely 9-9. They are Curtin Uni. Scarborough 4 goals 2. Middle of ground, well done by Guelphy. Bottom of the contest. He gives 110% every contest he does young Reece Guelphy. Picking himself off the ground too. Lachlan Dennis, probably close to BOG, I would have thought. Him and Buick have been very good. Handball's okay. Good tackle was Radowick. Through the contest was okay. That through Brad Westcombe. Brad Westcombe on the left foot, kicks it to space, tried to find his half-forward flank. Kicks the ball under the ground. Running hard. Extremely good contest. Below his knees was the Curtin University defender. To find a teammate there in Taylor. That's Cam Taylor. Get the ball and play Taylor. Over the top to Buick. Good passage to play Buick. Great tackle from behind. Excellent effort then by, I think, Riverson Robbins. The tackle on Buick was sensational. Caused the turnover. And that potentially could be the play of the day. Good run behind tackle.
Yeah, it was, and that's the sort of efforts they continue to need, Scarborough. It's getting a bit tough for them, but when you get defensive efforts from a young player like that, it should lift the rest of the side.
And tries to find the contest there. Brings the ball to the ground. So last 37 seconds of the game. The game of the third quarter. Curtin Uni Wesley a 9-9-63. Scarborough 4-2-26. So it's been a very dominant quarter, slamming 4 goals on this quarter. And that is 3-quarter time. It's still 24 seconds according to the clock, but I won't question it. So Curtin Uni Wesley are 9 goals 9. Scarborough are 4 goals 2. Major goal scorers for Curtin Uni Wesley. 4 goals to Buckets. 3 goals to Sardalek. He's been very good. 1 goal to Delilio and Dennis. And for Scarborough, 2 goals to Mitch McPhee, 1 to Worthington and 1 to St Davies. But a very dominant quarter, that quarter for Curtin Uni Wesley, their ward.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, mirror image of that first quarter as well. Dominant performance by Wesley Curtin, actually able to kick an extra goal this time. But, just a tough quarter for Scarborough, and hopefully they can do something a bit better in the last quarter, Mark.
Yeah, well, they're going to need to, Ward. Otherwise, this could blow out here to an 8 or 10 goal margin. So, they're at home. Last quarter, probably last home game for the season, I dare say. We'll see if they've got anything left in the tank, the Scarborough side. But it's probably time for Wade Toomey to roll the dice a little bit and make some changes through the midfield, like you said before, I think, and maybe get some of his bigger bodies in and around the ball and change up his structure a little bit and just see if that can, tweak the game a little bit for Scarborough and allow them to score a little bit more.
Quickly around the grounds, 3-quarter time, Kingsway turned the turbo on. They lead 86-38, so they're smashing them at the moment. And also, half-time, Fremantle, CBC 21 and Trinity Aquinas 22, so close game there. So 3-quarter time here at the Mill sees Curtin Uni Wesley 9-9-63, Scarborough 4-2-26. We'll take a short break and come back for the last quarter. Welcome back to the Mill, the home of the Scarborough Football Club. They trail at the moment 4-2-26 to 9-9-63. A very dominant third quarter by Curtin Uni Wesley. They kicked 4 and held Scarborough to scoreless. As Mark said, they have not scored at that end of the ground in the first and also the third there, Mark. So can they get some respectability back to the scoreboard in this quarter?
Well, I really hope so, because it probably doesn't. The scoreboard probably doesn't reflect the effort of the Scarborough side today, I think. And we know they've been a bit undermanned and are up against quality opposition, but they should have got a little bit more reward for their effort, I think, today.
Oh, look, I totally agree with you. They've really tried today. The one for me, I've noticed just the smaller bodied midfielders that they've had in there against the big bodies of Wesley Curtin, but a big last quarter for the Scarborough Footy Club.
Sam East wins the border ground row by Valalonga in the middle of the ground. He's not stopped trying. Valalonga lowers his eyes, kicks the ball the half forward flank. Oh, running hard at the contest. Taking a good mark. There was Brad King, but overrunning the ball, and there's Buick again. He's had a field day on that far wing, Buick. They've kept it on that far side, Buick, and finds his partner in crime there in Lockie Dennis. And Dennis picks himself up off the ground. Both him and Buick be close to the best on ground, I would have thought.
Yeah, both been prolific through the midfield today. Key drivers in Curtin Wesley being so far in front.
And Dennis kicks over the top, and I think that's another good mark. I think it's Z-Mac.
Yeah, big Z-Mac.
The 22. big Zachy McCarry.
Yeah, he just read that ball that little bit better through the air, didn't he? It held up a little bit and put the big mitts up and took a great mark.
Good mark. Has been fairly quiet, the Z-Mac. But opportunity to put his name in the scorebook as a goal. It's about 40 metres out here. Taking a deliberate shot of goal. Beautiful sunshine here at Millington Oval in Scarborough. Conditions are perfect, so the Z-Mac leans it back on the left. He does not look like that at all. Hands on his head, so he's knew it was a shocking kick, and it's out of bounds on the full. It's kept in play. It's marked.
Yeah, Big Bucket's got it there.
Big Bucket's got it.
Yep.
You know when it's running your way, it's just about out of bounds on the full, and Buckets takes a good mark tucked away in the pocket too. He's going for goal number 5, the Jamesy corner. Been very impressive with 4 at the moment. Take a good kick from there, Mark.
It's a tough kick with a drop punt from there, I would have thought, but we'll see how smart he is, the big fella.
See how he goes. He leans
He's
out.
made a fool of me.
I tell you what, he's kicked it.
Absolutely.
An absolutely beautiful kick by the power forward. Kicks goal number 5. Like I said, that awkward kicking style, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's effective.
He's very upright, and as I said, he sort of stabs at the ball, but it goes straight, and he looks to have an enormous amount of power there. And as I said earlier in the day, you could really see him, playing a third tall even at higher level if that's something that he wanted to do. I'm sure Curtin Wesley wouldn't want to lose him, but if you catch kicking goals like this, Ward, I think that's his 49th for the season. And that's a fair return in A-grade football.
Yeah, definitely right. He he's an interesting type of player. He's obviously powerful. He reminds me of a probably not as athletic Ben Saunders kind of type, where he's an interesting matchup, and he's got that real good turn of pace straight off the mark as well.
So McGround once again, bringing the goal down was East. Handball over the top. Comes to 4 there is Rhett Mason. Mason on the right, try to find the Z-Mac. He's overrun it. Well done by Randall under pressure. Kick around the corner is okay by Wheeler. Tries to find Buckets again. Bring the ball to the ground. Handball's okay by the Z-Mac. Handball again. The 1-2 is good. Falls in the hand of the Curtin Useley player there, and Chrissy Leonard. And unfortunately, he's kicked a behind. It's all adding up at the moment. Curtin Uni Wesley will remain on top of the ladder with only 1 round to go. And if they finish on top, they're a real threat, Mark.
Yeah, they sure are. Those big bodies, experience across every line. They seem to have all the lines covered, and Craig White's got him playing a really solid brand of football, which will hold him in good stead come September. They're going to be really hard to beat, guys.
Absolutely. Craig White himself, a good player for South, and very astute coach too. Mark, me and Ward have heard him talk, and just very calm, cool, and sticks to structures, and very smart footy brain is Craig White.
Yeah, he is. His record since he's been at the club would suggest that, and these younger coaches, they sort of can able to relate to the players today and communicate with them effectively, and that's really important. But he looks to have them all buying into his style of football. They're playing really, really strong brand as a team, and as I said, that sort of brand will hold up next month if their players remain available to them.
Yeah, I think it'd be probably out of them, North Beach and Uni.
Yeah,
and Kingsway, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely right. Kingsway, if they're up and going, they're really a danger kind of side. Uni, I actually think they've got the best midfield kind of unit in the competition. Maybe just lacking that genuine key power forward. And both Wesley, Curtin, and North Beach, a lot of experience across all lines, so they'll both be danger sides as well.
Absolutely. So Scarborough go through the midfield. It's a risky kick, and there's Tommy Willett. He's been the best of Scarborough by country miles. Willett. Him and Guelphy over the top. Handball's okay. Puts his player under pressure. Standing under the contest, McPhee and Worthington. Handball back to McPhee. Goes one way, goes the other. Gets tackled. Could be in trouble, and it is. Holding the ball. Good defensive pressure then by Bryn Osborne. But he's tried. Mitchie McPhee's kicked a couple of goals. Hasn't been the worst for Scarborough at Ward.
No, not at all. He's very opportunistic and normally does that pretty well. Just didn't see Bryn Osborne at all, and I don't think we've seen Bryn Osborne at all today.
Been pretty quiet, hasn't
it
he?
has been pretty quiet, but great tackle there.
A good, strong mark been taken by the person who came in late. Has been very, very impressive, is young Sammy. On the right, kicks the ball down the line. Or Delulu are not even going for the footy. Lux of Fortune falls in the hands of Wheeler. He takes 1 bounce, takes 2 bounce. No one's running. Takes 3 and decides to lower his eyes on Warden when you got the big buckets running at you. Good passage of play. The run and carry by Cole Wheeler was very effective. And there you go. The big buckets are going to go for goal number 6, Mark.
He is indeed, and I think 5 years ago, Corey Dell'Olio probably would have stood in his head then, but those old legs didn't seem to get off the ground. But, big buckets is cleaning up here, and As I said, if he goes back and kicks this, it'll be his 50th goal of the season, and who knows what could happen in the next 20 minutes.
Absolutely. So here he is, James Bucket's corner, going for goal number 5. Delivered a shot of goals. That's a thumping, beautiful kick. Does gun barrel straight here for the Buckets. Goal number 5 is just a beautiful kick of the footy. Bit unorthodox with his kicking style, Ward, but very effective.
Once again, kicked through it. And, you've underdone him, mate. That's a lazy half dozen now. That's six for big Buckets. And yeah, look, I wasn't sure what Kyle Wheeler was going to do there. He's ended up taking 4 or 5 bounces. I reckon he should have almost backed himself if it had a ping mark. But look, done the unselfish thing and gave Buckets his 6th goal for the day.
Yeah, he did. Most half forwards would have a ping from there. I know I would have would. So at the end of the day, good on him for hitting up big buckets, and he's stretching those calves down there. He's given a bit of a workout, the big fella, but I think he might still have a couple left in him.
Yeah, look, I think he might as well.
He's 4 for 10.
Yeah, he does. You backing him in, are you? 18 and a half minutes left.
It's a Z-Mac outruck by Guelphy. He's tried his young Reese. Tackle from behind was okay by the Scarborough player there in Spinner Mainstone. Goes back to Guelphy. He just throws on his boot, kicks the ball to centre half forward. Nothing there at all. In the ground, how was McPhee? Kept his feet very well, did McPhee. Very good through traffic. Handball over the back was very effective. Falls in the hands there of Brady Westcombe. And Westcombe, just a minor point. So first score they've had since midway through the second quarter, Scarborough. It's a minor score only. They are 4 through 27. And Curtin University 11-9-75. And that's on the Perth Scarborough scoreboard. And Mark's got some thinking to do to pick out the player of the day.
It's going to be tough, mate. You've corners now kept 6. If he ends up kicking 8, you know, look, like that could be pretty hard to look past. A couple of really good midfielders throughout the day as well. I've actually liked Gillum and Carter off halfback as well. I think they've been both really handy players, as is Casey York linking up as well. So, yeah, going to be tough for Mark Winnett on his debut.
Absolutely. And there's Buick again. He's got B.O. because no one's been on him all afternoon. It's Sean Buick. Lowers his eyes. Good kick. He never wastes the 40. Finds Delilio. Delilio on the right. Kicks the 4, trying to find Buckets. He's overran it, tripped over his own feet this time. Does the big Jamesy corner.
I've always said Ward, the only full forward can kick goals if the midfielders get it to him. So, you know, they've obviously been on top through there today. But, yeah, no doubt it's going to be a tough decision. And the next 16 minutes could be time to fill the boots for the Curtin Wesley players and see who can get over the line.
Also been some very, very good goals of the day too, hasn't there, by Davies, and also a thumping goal by Worthington, and another good goal also by McPhee. So Scarborough have it now after the half-back feint, take a run through the corridor, but once again they kick it to the outnumbers. There's players everywhere here for Curtin Uni Wesley. Shepherd off the ball was okay by Brent Latch. This guy's been affected, as Ward said, and Gillum. He can receive the 1-2. He does, Gillum. He can go up the corridor. There's no one manning up here for Scarborough. And taking an easy mark over there is Mitch Carter.
Yeah, just a lot of tired bodies now for Scarborough. They've absolutely tried their guts out for 3 quarters, and look, unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough today.
And Callahan finds his teammate over there in Bryn Osborne. He goes back and finds Gillum. Gillum can find Carter as well. They're just playing keep me off at the moment. There's Carter.
Yeah, the Scarborough players really need a man up here. They're all pushed up around the ball, but no one seems to want to have a man, and Curtin Wesley just been able to walk the ball through at the moment.
Absolutely. Brings the ball to the ground. Oh, handball's fantastic. Good effort. And fantastic goal there to Casey York, but that is vintage Curtin University footy at the moment, and they are a cut above Scarborough at the moment.
Yeah, really, really good. We saw him just absolutely pick holes through the Scarborough defences when he said, you know, none of the boys are actually manning up, but, you know, good inside 50 there. The big Buckets decides to hand one off, and Casey York's first goal for the day.
And like I said, he's been pretty impressive, Casey York, in the midfield. Good left footer, uses the ball extremely well, good vision.
Yeah. Makes
good decisions under pressure, but at the moment, just Curtin Uni Wesley, Mark, they're just a cut above Scarborough at the moment.
Yeah, they sure are. You know, the likes of Leonard as well in the midfield. Gillum, Buick, the players we've mentioned today. They just Mason inside as well. Just seem to have too much quality across the board. And Dennis, another one who's just come off for a spell. You look at the size of the bodies and the depth of rotation through their midfield, and they bat very deep, obviously, and they can keep that running power going all day, and it's hard to stop at this level.
They've still got 40 minutes to go, so it's going to get even ugly for Scarborough at the moment. Well done then by East, knocks his own board, roves his own footy and kicks the ball to full forward. Good ball over the top. by the Scarborough defender. DeLillo was very clever below his knees. Kick around the corner for the person who kicked the last goal in York. And tell you what, he just about kicked his second, but it's pulled around the corner. And the floodgates is now starting to open up here for Curtin Uni Wesley. They're all over Scarborough at the moment, 12-10-82 to 4-3-27. And you just got to try to get some respectability on the scoreboard, Mark, if you're a Scarborough player.
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing if they put the queue in the rack from here, because they're a better club and better team than that. And at home, as I said before, they really need to fight the game out, and for their club's sake and their own sake as a team, and keep some respectability about the scoreboard, because it can get really messy from here, and I said it probably doesn't really reflect the effort they've had across the board.
Certainly haven't. So the boundary umpire is going to throw the ball in with 13:41 to go. It's a 9-goal side difference at the moment in favour of Curtin Uni Wesley. Brings the ball to the ground. Play on the bottom of the pack there was York once again, and also the Scarborough play in Westcombe. And Sheehan, the umpire says, give the ball to me. So throws the ball up. Guelphy wins the run contest there. Good tackle then by Valalonga. Out of size there against the big player then, Bryn Osborne.
Again, we look forward to the ball, the Scarborough forward line, and McPhee's down there with 3 Curtin Wesley defenders. He's unfortunately, he's just got no hope into that situation. So the players around the ball are going to have to win the ball and then run it through. Otherwise, can't see Scarborough scoring much from here.
And that's what's going to happen now. You're dead right there as it comes forward. Unlucky bounce then. Well done by Worthington. He's got to use that left foot. Has a lot of time, but now he kicks it to no one. See, there's 2 or 3 players can't be back. Well picked then by Mark. He knew straight away. They camped down back with Sam Dennis over the top there to Gillum. Gillum uses the ball extremely well, and there's Buick. He's got leather pausing his Buick. It's about possession number 46. And once again, they push the ball forward. Hard running by Curtin Uni Wesley. And the play there, I think the play was York again. Handball's okay. And Willett, he's been the lone wolf McQuaid down at the back there for Scarborough. Brings the ball to the ground of the contest. Numbers again are many for Curtin Uni. One of those players is Leonard, but he's been tackled. Still has it again. Kicking the ball forward, there was Jake Morgan for Curtin Uni Wesley. Big bucket, about takes another good mark. I think he's paid that again. And I tell you what, this guy is sensational.
Yeah, great mark there by Buckets, wasn't it? And look, we see, Curtin able to just move the ball so freely through the middle of the ground, and look, another inside 50 there. It's interesting, both teams I think seem to be playing 2 extra behind the ball. I think it's Scarborough that's really instigated that just to stop the flow. Well, they really need to try and put some respect on the scoreboard, as Mark alluded to a bit earlier today. But look, both teams able to get a lot of the ball in the back half, and Bucket's going in for his 7th at the moment.
And he's missed that one. Definitely strange kicking style, Mark, you're right.
Yeah, he's got a really good vertical leap too, sort of noticed. Seems to get himself, launches at the ball. Makes it really hard for his defender because he takes it at the highest point.
Yep. Interesting to know the age of him too. Like we keep saying, can he have a crack at waffle? Just interested to see the age of him, but
absolutely,
he definitely look good on any waffle team. Kicking a one-on-one, McPhee smart, try to push off the back, try to find a teammate, and it's a block off the ball, and he's giving the other way. Well, Mitchie McPhee, I totally agree with you, mate. I don't know what happened then, but you didn't get it. So Sam Dennis released the pressure to Buick. Buick on the right, kicks over the line and finds his teammate there in Latch. Latch all by himself. And kicking the ball back, I think, is Buick again. And Curtin Uni, ordinary kick. Well done by McPhee. Good pressure by him. Well done by the bottom of the pack there at Irwin. He's tried. Irwin over to McPhee. McPhee, once again, nothing to kick it to, so he just slams on his boot. And taking a good defensive mark there is Sam Dennis.
And look, that's really been a story of the day, to be perfectly honest, with the way Scarborough have played. They just haven't had the targets there, and anything that's gone inside 50 or even, probably in their front half of the ground has generally just been a bit of hit and hope, and hope that someone's able to get on the end of it.
And there's this player again, Buick. Probably now best on ground, Buick. I reckon he's just had so many possessions. Ran hard all game, uses the ball extremely well, and links the play out like Mark said, I think. So 12-10-82 to 4-3-27. Still 9:43 to go in this last quarter. Jack Pacelli receives a 50. Going again, is he? He's play on.
Jeez, it's always funny watching a bit of that
that's
niggle.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
And Valalonga's given away a kick as well. They go forward again to Curtin Uni Wesley. Guilford outnumbered. Well done. Just put his footy on the boot, but turns it over. And Lockie Dennis receives another mark and decides to play on over the top to Buick. And Buick from outside 50. And I tell you what, he might have kicked a goal. Has Sean Buick? He certainly has. And that has capped off a remarkable day for the former Brisbane, West Perth and Saffron man of football. He's been sensational, Mark Sean Buick.
Yeah, he sure has. He's really showed his experience and class, and the difference that set him apart is simply his work rate. He's worked a lot harder than his opponents, and that's from all those years of playing at a higher level. Obviously, he's put him in good stead, and I'd hate to see how many touches he's had today, but like you said, Cam, was a good finish for him, and just deserves for what's been a really strong four-quarter effort from him on there out of wing.
Absolutely, there's been a very good effort since quarter time. Curtin Uni had 2 goals. They've kicked 11 since quarter time. Warden, a very dominant display, and that's why they're sitting on top of the ladder at the moment.
Yeah, look, absolutely right, and that's where they deserve to be at the moment. I was having a look. I didn't know if they were going to maybe put the queue in the rack a little bit there, but look, percentage is actually really important for them. It looks like them and North Beach might end up on the same amount of points. The team that finishes on top ends up with a week off in the first week, and I think with some of these more mature bodies, that extra week actually might be pretty handy as well.
Players you see down at the mill, former buddy Carlton Premiership player and East Perth superstar Matty Clappe.
Yeah, wasn't he a player? Matt Clappe.
And one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Yeah, he's an absolute ripper, Matty. Yep. Fantastic.
Champion bloke. And goes all right too in the surf does Matt the Clap. And kicking forward, good take by Randall for Scarborough. He decides to switch the play over the top and finds his teammate there in Ryan Sheen. Sheen overhands, tries to find Irwin. Irwin doesn't know where to go. Sorry, it's Morgan. Handball, draws the play over the top. And good passage of play and hits Worthington lace out. So Worthington too far out for goals. So he decides to play on and chip the ball down the line. Good effort, no one on him. As Curtis Reddell, the president, takes a mark and beautiful kick and lace out and finds Brad King. Has been very, very quiet as King. But pretty difficult to kick a goal from outside there is Brad King.
Yeah, like definitely a difficult shot from there, but look, that's probably one of the better passages of play we've actually seen from Scarborough all day. They slowed it down a little bit, working for their midfielders, and Brad King gets a shot on goal.
So King outside 50. Tell you what, that is a beautiful kick. I tell you what, that is an absolutely fantastic kick to Brad King. We all doubted him. He said, stuff you blokes, on a kick a goal and make you look silly. And exactly what he did.
Yeah, look, he's been pretty quiet all day. He has done a couple of things throughout the day that I thought, geez, there's something there. But look, great mark out on the league and an even better goal there, Mark.
Yeah, they've only kicked 5 goals for the day, and I think 4 of them could be contenders for goal of the day, considering where they've come from, which is quite interesting. But yeah, look, a big 6 minutes, I suppose, just to try and see if they can get some respect back on the scoreboard and kick a couple of late ones. But it's a really good finish there by King.
It's the first goal, really. They kicked 4 goals in the second quarter, Mark, haven't they? And since then, they've been missing, only kicking 1, and that's in the 5-minute mark of the last quarter. So,
yeah, you just can't go a half a footy without scoring, unfortunately, when you're playing the top side. It just leaves you too much to do, unfortunately.
So I don't know what's happened here. Someone's got a blood rule or something.
Oh, I think it could be one of those 666 infringements or something like that, potentially. Or yeah, but the umpires are resetting and getting ready to ball up.
Poor Reece Guilford once again is going to go up against the Z-Mac. He just tries to thump the ball forward. Running hard at the contest there is Rhett Mason. He was good spoil then by Guilford was good. Handball the pot to Gillum. Gillum over the top when they're running still very hard. Scarborough chased from behind by Z-Mac was brilliant effort then by Lukey Childs. So good effort by the young fella then to chase with only 5 minutes to go and lace out, hits up Morgan. Morgan over the top. Finds Charles, who laid that tremendous tackle a minute ago. He can handball over the top to Ben Randall. Draws a play through Morgan. Handball back to Randall. Randall under pressure. Didn't know he was going to get it. So it goes back in spirits there to Rhett Mason. And Mason over the top and finding a fast leading player there in Sammy, number 7, who's kicked 3, 1 in the first and 2 in the second. And at the moment, it's pretty ugly at the moment if you're a Scarborough supporter.
Yeah, look, they just aren't able to bring that ball anywhere across the ground at the moment. It's been a really tough day for them. But look, Sammy Sardalik now going for his 4th goal of the day.
Certainly is. He's kicked 2 in the first and 2 in the second, 1 in the first. Can he bring up a goal on the last quarter? Starting approach at goals, but pushes it left and stays left. So a minor score there for Curtin Uni Wesley. So on the paired scoreboard, they are 13-10, that's 89, and Scarborough 5-3-33 with just under 4 minutes to go in the last quarter. So Scarborough bring the ball down the line. Worthington's pushed off the mark and taken easily uncontested mark has been East. Big Sammy East, big brute of a lad he is. Decides to play on over the top there to Jack Morgan. So Morgan kicks to the hot spot. Tried to find, I think, Jamesy corner the buckets. I think his arms have been pulled away from him.
Yeah, he's been pretty good this quarter, East. He kept a lot of potential. Young kid from Anjumapa had a fair bit to do with early days, and don't think he's quite reached his potential yet, Ward, but he's still probably, I dare say, 22 maybe. Maybe a little bit older than that now. Probably still got his best football ahead of him, but geez, he's got some athletic attributes when he really wants to work hard and use them.
Yeah, definitely right. Look, as it can do sometimes with some of the younger guys, it can be an attitude kind of thing, and which comes down to work rate and all those kind of things. But look, definitely a lot of potential there. But well done to Big Buckets, goal number 7 and goal number 14 for Wasley Curtin.
Is it in relation to Heath East from down at Manjimup?
The East, yeah, the clan runs thick down there. He's certainly not one of Heath's prodigy himself, but he's certainly from the East clan, which from Dean Mill, and Sam himself's actually broken that trend. He was from Manjimup Imperials, and the Dean Mill club's full of Easts down there. Really strong football name down in Manjimup.
Heath kicked 8 in the preliminary final against East Fremantle, mate. He was sensational.
He did, and he used to live in Manjimup and travel up and play seniors from Manjimup, he told me, which was a fair effort back in the day. And, he saw him still playing footy down there about 5 years ago, mate, and he was still causing havoc. So
nicknamed Jacko, was a good player, Eastie.
Absolutely.
So just under 2 minutes to go. It's 14-10-94 and Scarborough 5-3-33 now. A margin just under over 60 points or 10 goals, and be a percentage booster for Curtin Uni Wesley, and they'll remain on top of the ladder in the A grade. Kicking off the line then was Mitchie Carter on the right. Over the top then found York on his left, and found the Z-Mac. He decides to play and bring the ball in the corridor. It's a risky kick, but fantastic mark under extreme pressure was Riddell coming the other way. So they push the ball again. Curtin Uni Wesley, good mark over the top. Excellent grab by that player there for Curtin Uni Wesley. They have so many options going forward and down back. There's no too many weak links in this side here this afternoon.
No, they certainly look a contender, as a ladder would suggest. But as we said earlier, just their depth, Cam and Ward through their whole time side, effectively every line, and it's experience. There's big bodies with a mixture of some youth there, and they're certainly going to be right up there.
So Casey York's going for his second goal, the left footer, right on the 50-metre mark. Geez, that's a beautiful low trajectory, straight kick by Casey York. That brings up his second. And this quarter, it's all been one-way traffic at the moment for Curtin Uni Wesley. They have kicked 6 goals, won this quarter in a very, very dominant last quarter by them.
Yeah, absolutely right. They hit the 100 points as well now, so it's always nice to hit triple figures, and only a minute left in this contest. So dominant performance by Wasley Curtin. It's going to be tough for Mark Winnett to pick a best on ground, I think.
Absolutely. With only 30 seconds to go, I can see Mark Winnett, he's going through his head. He's trying to suss out who's the best player. His head's going 100 miles an hour.
Have we let him know he's got to walk out with a microphone as well?
It's his responsibility, mate. So leave the best player up on the ground to Marky Winnett with 16 seconds to go. The paired scoreboard here is Curtin Uni Wesley 15-10-100 and Scarborough 5-3-33, a margin of 67 points. Valalonga in the middle of the ground for Scarborough lowers his eyes, tries to find Morgan. Ball over the top was Carter, was sensational. He's still trying with only 10 seconds to go, and that could be the siren, and it could not come earlier for Scarborough. Been absolutely belted here at the Will Mill. Sees Curtin Uni Wesley 15 goals 10. Scarborough are 5 goals 3. Major goal scorers for Curtin Uni Wesley. The big buckets kicked 7. Satellite was sensational with 3. 2 goals to York, 1 also to Buick, to Dennis and to DeLilio. Goal scores for Scarborough was McPhee had 2, Worthington 1, Davies 1, and also Brad King 1. But since quarter time, it was one-way traffic. and it was all one way to Curtin Uni Wesley, Ward.
Yeah, just dominant performance by Wesley Curtin. Look, Scarborough really, they had those 2 quarters where they weren't able to, put any score on the board at all. Better in the second quarter. We thought we might have had a contest at half time. But Wesley Curtin, it was all them in the second half, and a really dominant performance and a great win for them, Mark.
Yeah, it was a 4-quarter effort from a really polished side, as we'd come to expect from the top side, and they were just a class act all day today. They moved the ball well. They look really dangerous off half back when they springboard forward, and the big fella straighten them's right up, obviously. So their entries inside the 50 are generally long and deep, and why wouldn't you with big buckets down there today? So they were far too strong, and unfortunately Scarborough probably telltale at the end of the season. Too much to do by too few today.
And better players for both respective sides there, Mark.
Oh, I think to the wingman, my old favourite on the wing, Sean Buick, he was fantastic today. His work rate, as I said, was a class above, and I'll give second best to Big Buckets corner down there. I think 7 in the bag, 7-1. Really, really strong effort, and Lockie Dennis, Leonard, York, Carter, and probably Sardlick were the best for Curtin Wesley for mine. And for Scarborough, I probably thought Willett fought hard all day against Delolio. The fact that Delolio didn't really impact the game probably was testament to Willett's role on him. And I thought Worthington tried hard from, again, limited opportunities forward, and McPhee the same. But and young Vallalonga through the midfield, but unfortunately he just didn't have enough friends in there today, and wasn't able to get the support to capitalise on some of the work that they try to do around the ball.
Totally agree with you there, Mark Winnett. Good summarising of the game there, but like I said, one-way traffic here. Scarborough had a lot of players out, but Curtin Uni Wesley just had winners all over the ground. The good passage of play, well coached too by the coach, and just they look like their team to beat. Ward?
Yeah, they do. Look, this is probably the 3rd time I've seen them throughout the year. I think I've seen Buckets kick 7 and 8 now as well during that time. Yeah, look, it'd be interesting to see how they match up against a North Beach. I didn't see that game happen at all, but look, that'd be a pretty good contest. North Beach, they had a good tune-up win against TAs last week, and possibly coming back into some form. But look, Curtin Wesley, they're probably my favourites for the flag at the moment.
Absolutely. So the Dartfish player of the day goes to the one and only Sean Buick, number 6 for Curtin Uni Wesley. He was sensational. Goal on the last quarter, close to 30 possessions. Just the run and the carry, and the ability to hit targets, decision making, and just the run and the carry by him was very, very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So one more game of this round of the amateurs, then they went to the final series. So it's been a very good afternoon here from Mill as well. Thank you very much for your company there, Mark Winnett. You've been a superstar. Once again, Ward, thanks for your company. Well done to Harley. Filming once again to Jack. We'll see everyone next week for the last game of the 2021 A-grade season.